What it is, what it ain't, it's the voice of the O. You already know. We back for episode 29 of the From the Jump podcast. I'm your host, here with a few of my co-hosts, the bro hosts, man. The man to my left.
Big Tony.
Yes, sir. The man behind the camera.
Alex Taylor in the building.
Yes, sir. The man to my right.
Hello.
My boy, Billy Earl.
What's happening?
Doing all right today?
Doing well.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
First pitch is in about 6 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Doing great.
Big baseball guy. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We got a little bit of college, some NFL, and then we're going to talk some NBA.
Yes, sir.
Season starts tomorrow.
We got to start off though. We was playing 2K, and I shot the ball with Aiden for the 3. And DJ said, hold on, this nigga Aiden is strapping me right now. I said, bro, you got to pause that, bro.
Shooting.
That's crazy.
If someone's shooting.
Hey, no, bro, but
if
Can't say nothing no more, bro.
If someone can shoot, you don't say, bro, he got a strap.
Yeah, facts.
No, but
Okay.
you say he's strapping me.
He's shooting. He's shooting. Oh, my God.
That was crazy.
He paused you?
And I told you I
Yeah.
had to tell everybody on the podcast. Bro.
I wasn't even
Bad,
thinking
bro.
like that, bro. But
We never do
right.
it. Well, mine was bad.
Yeah, you have a few bad ones.
No, one.
But that
Coxwell
nigga said
for
he's
every-
strapping me. I said, all right, bro.
Coxwell's top 5. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
So, motherfucker. College football. Let's start with.
First off, hold on. Why ain't shooting the 3?
Bucket
open.
Bell, too. Green bean.
He was green.
He was open.
Bucket
He was
Bell.
open. God, we gonna act like they
No,
don't
he's
let
supposed
Aiden
to be
shoot
open.
threes. Yeah, but he can shoot those a little bit.
Who said that?
He
I'm
can
just
shoot those a little bit.
He made some this year?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
this past year
Oh,
he
I
made a few.
didn't know that. Wow. Fire,
Is he like Joel Embiid-esque?
fire the coach.
Like he can shoot 3?
God.
Oh yeah.
You think Joel Embiid could shoot better?
Way better.
No.
Yeah, you over. No, let's.
Joel Embiid got a
No,
burner.
go ahead, DJ, because we're gonna get into basketball.
Yeah, come on.
Real early. So college football, man. We'll start with a few games that matter. Everything else. First off, we want to give our condolences to Ashley Pierce because we know she's pissed off with the Arkansas Auburn
Dear
game.
Lord.
It's been some ass whoopings.
Man, is that their third loss?
She was at the game, bro. I don't know. I think it is her third loss.
They're
Yeah.
4-3. 1-3 in conference. Yeah, that's brutal.
She came over here talking crazy, and then they saying ain't won since.
Shout out to Ashley.
It's hard to win an SEC. It's hard.
Not before they lost.
Well,
So in that game, Auburn won 38 to Arkansas's 23. KJ Jefferson completed 21 passes on 35 attempts for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. Honestly, the Bo Nix threw 26 passes, completed 21 for 292 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Are y'all sold on Bo Nix?
not at
No,
all.
not at all.
Me neither. I feel like the hype is crazy for him.
I don't get it. I don't know where it came from.
I feel like I didn't even know who he was really until this year. And then everybody's like, oh, he's huge, good, and all this type of stuff.
And they had him for like a Heisman candidate at one point.
I seen the list today, the top 10. I don't think he was on it, was he?
He better be.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Caleb Williams should be on there before him.
He's number 6.
Is he really? Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the list that came out, yeah.
Man, get to the OU game. I'm ready to get on my ass.
Oh, man.
What?
All right. He asked for it, man. OU, TCU, Oklahoma 52, TCU 31. So, Will, how are you feeling? How did you watch all the game?
Of course.
I came into about mid-second quarter. The wife decided that's a good time to go have dinner with the family. So, missed the first quarter, came back middle of the second. I mean, just from what I saw, as far as like the offense, everybody clicking, it truly looks like a completely different team. And I don't know where or how or why. The O-line just immediately, just for new QB gets back there, all of a sudden we can move around and we can finally step up. And I don't think that we made improvements on the offensive line like that are just drastic and we're going to win that championship now, it's all over with. But everybody's just playing with a different type of tempo, and it's really, really awesome to see. Offense looks great. Receivers look really good. In my opinion, I love Jaden Hazelwood. He's probably one of my favorites, and that kid is just nasty on the football. He's got some stickies.
For sure.
The
Just
thing about it
that's
is no
that
one
dude.
could figure it out for a while who was the go-to guy, though.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, House.
Well, it was. I want to say it probably was Theo Weiss last year.
that's
Like
right.
Theo Marvin Mims was the deep threat. Theo Weiss was like kind of like that in between guy, and Austin Starner was the guy like just right there in the middle, like as your just safety blanket. But he goes down, obviously, and we couldn't get we couldn't get Marvin Mims going, and then now you have somebody like him. So I'm just like I love it. I'm here. Right. There's a lot of guys that they can throw the ball to. I love Mike Woods. And I think Jaden is nice. Mike is. I think he could be our best receiver, but there's a few times I'm just like, what was the thought process there? But I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it looks like a much better Lincoln Riley type of offense for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously you make one switch at QB and now everybody can just all of a sudden just kind of seem like wake up per se. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing that I have coming away from that game is going into that, like even at Nebraska, even if Spencer's still in the game, I told DJ way back in the day, I have no worries that Lincoln Riley's going to get this offense going. Boy, do I have some concerns with the other side of the ball.
It's back.
There we go. What I say last week? I said, listen, if we're going to sacrifice one side of the football, the other side it's not going to go well. Like defense, I felt like looked decent like throughout the entire season. Mm-hmm. Now that we put up half 100, how's that defensive looking? It's like we can't play a complete football game to save our lives, and I don't know what the deal is. It hurts. Yeah. It's rough.
So are we going to give some respect to Caleb Williams, or what are we doing?
I didn't disrespect him last week, and I told you that from the jump. But go back and rewatch it. I said, me sticking up for Spencer Rattler does not take anything away from Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Okay, but
I like him. I thought he was great. And I said, how often are we going to play a defense that's as bad as Texas? Which, ooh, lordy.
But when's the last time OU looked like how they do right now?
As far as like this season?
No, like in the last season too. Like
what was the last game?
Oh, like every game, like outside of the first two losses that we had last year, like OU was rolling. That's what I'm saying. That's why everybody's so confused at Spencer, because he showed that he can do this. Like he got benched last year in the Texas game, and we're like, oh dear God, Tanner Mordecai comes in for a few series, and then Spencer takes back over, and it's a completely different dude. He looked great during Bedlam. He looked great during Baylor. Come home and we barely make moves anywhere else, and I'm just like, I don't know what happened, but it's clicking. Mm-hmm. It's just like what you said last week. Like he's finally facing some sort of adversity, and it's like, dude, at this university, you have to either step up or you're going to get benched.
Yeah.
Like it's real simple. Like don't think that OU, like if you think that Spencer Rattler is our only contingency plan, you are sadly mistaken. And he was like, all right, I'll figure this out. And played really well. That game against the Big 12 Championship looked phenomenal. We played Florida, looked great, and I'm like, I'm all in on Spencer.
Right.
Everybody's in on Spencer. And I truly don't know what happened to where like he regressed so much, like in such a short amount of time. Mm-hmm. Like I get it. Like DJ was the first one to be like, "Hey, you barely beat Tulane." I'm just like, bro, that's one game. I don't know what to make of just one game. Well, we played Western Carolina. We played 77 points. I still don't know what to make of this team. Let's put some more on tape. Well, we're 7 games in, really 6 with Spencer, and I'm just like, he's just not. And I don't know if it's just upstairs or what it is, but it's very clear. I think it goes back to like kind of what you were talking about whenever like with the whole like upstairs, he just doesn't look all that well, but these dudes just don't seem like they're like this.
No, not with him.
If you look at the rapport, like with just Caleb and Lincoln on the sideline, Caleb's high-fiving people, he's jumping around, he's moving. Spencer just he looks like he's like, are we ready to go? Is this game over? Like he just looks so checked out. No. He looked checked out like when he was playing at times. Like I'm just like, bro, you didn't see the wide open dude right there? You had to do that 50-yard bomb for no reason? And now, like, he on the sideline with earrings in and the hat on, like, can we go, please? And I'm just like,
did Spencer come in? I didn't watch the game. When OU got up a lot, Spencer didn't come in still?
No, he didn't.
There was a possession they claimed that if they would have scored again and they got to stop, that he would have came, but nah. It wasn't his game. Like, they knew, in my opinion, Caleb needs all the reps he can get.
For sure.
So give
okay.
Yep.
So he took it. But late in the game, the little scramble he had, the man stopped on a dime.
Yep.
Juked the linebacker or the corner and ran up that was dummy. I was like, okay, I hate to say this, but that Spencer don't have that.
He can't. He's not nearly as athletic as he is.
Like he can't break the pocket or break down and then make a way to get open. Mm-hmm. I don't think Caleb's got sacked even remotely close to times that Spencer did in one game.
Right.
So it's just like for real. Like I mean, because Caleb would get out of there. He's like, all right, cool.
For sure.
But in all reality, it comes down to the fact that the morale with the team is like OU quarterback should be.
Yep.
I'm the leader. I'm not going to depend on nobody else to be the leader. I'm the guy.
Yep.
And that's what I was trying to say last time. Even though I didn't, I guess, communicate it correctly. But I think we got to the point, like you said, it's more sexy when Caleb plays and OU looks better when he's playing.
And all of those players on that offensive side of the ball, like they all looked so much more juiced and just ready to go. Now, again, like you said, right now it's good for Caleb to get in there. Like we got Kansas coming up this week, we have Texas Tech after that, and then we have a bye. That's perfect. You can get all these reps in after that because after that it's game time. You got Iowa State, you got Baylor, and you got Oklahoma State.
That's crazy.
Like if if I've never seen like a Heisman front runner get benched and then this team be ranked in the top 10, and now it's like, all right, so we need our freshman to get reps because he hadn't gotten reps all season. You were 6 games in. He's played 4.5 quarters or 6.5 quarters. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. We play KU this week, and then we got Texas Tech next week. Both of those he should have really good games against. Got to bye after that. And then after that, you're really going to see what this team's made of.
Right.
Now, again, I am not concerned about our ability to score. My concerns are, just like everybody else in Norman, like our defense is awful. I don't understand it. I truly have no clue. Like, I understand that we're losing guys. This is my thing. I think our front 7 is great. Our front 4 is really, really phenomenal. Linebackers, flip a coin. This is where I disagree with a lot of OU fans and a lot of like what I've heard just in the past like 24 hours. Oh, but we're missing guys. We got some guys hurt. You got to excuse it. Okay. Did Nick Menino play? Is Isaiah Thomas still playing? Is Perrion Winfrey still playing? Okay, so that defensive front, the same one that Caleb said, or Casey said, listen, they turned it up in the fourth quarter, and I couldn't do anything. I had to scramble around because we tried to use Bijan, we couldn't. I tried to run, I couldn't. Like that defensive front stood up. When OU needs to make stops on defense, they do. They did it against Nebraska. They did it against West Virginia. They did it against K-State. And now all of a sudden, is TCU?
Yeah.
Like, are we scared of Max Duggan? Who in this room thinks that he's anything compared to Casey Thompson?
Yeah.
How in the Sam hell does TCU go for over 500 total yards? That can't happen. At home?
What a backup running back.
What? In what world is that going to be good? Oh, well, we'll be good. We'll get it figured out. No. You're not Alabama. You're not going to flip that switch. And everybody's like, oh, Bama lost. First of all, if there's one team in the nation, Bama could lose 5 times, and I would have no concerns that Nick Saban's going to get that team ready to roll. Yeah. And I said that last week. I was like, listen, if you tripping because they lost to A&M, that is what it is. They'll be fine. OU's not that team. And if you think that, Georgia's down, Ohio State's down, and that's fine. That's fine. Because what happened the last time that we played we had a really good offense and no defense? We played Alabama in the Orange Bowl. We got ran off the field. Quentin Williams said, hello, Mr. Murray. Let me introduce you to the turf. Like, there's zero excuse. If Oklahoma wants to be held to these high expectations to the Clemsons, the Ohio States, the Alabamas, we should be in the national championship. If you're telling me that your defense, now, don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of defensive players out there. Like, if your defense goes down, or if one of these two players go down, it's going to affect the defense. Okay, that's fine. If your secondary is that bad, our front 4 has to get pressure on bad teams. We did it against Nebraska. Texas had a very awful O-line. And Casey was like, they stepped it up in the second half. We need to play a complete game. If you're going to be up there with those top dogs, you got to be able to do that. And we haven't done that. And now your secondary is awful. Well, guess what? That quarterback shouldn't have time to sit back in the pocket and write Christmas cards trying to find a receiver that's wide open to expose your secondary.
Right. True.
If I can't get the ball off in time, I'm like, Coach, I don't know what to tell you. Max Duggan had 3 hurries last week.
Wow.
For those people that don't know what that is, I mean, he was hurried to rush the ball because there's people in his face. Had 3 of them last week.
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable against OU's front 4
quarters.
That can't happen.
And then this is the second week in a row a receiver murdered the second.
Torched him.
One receiver, not multiples.
Yep.
One guy.
Yep.
And that dude, obviously, nobody knew him all year, and then now all of a sudden he looks like, Randy Moss Jr., Megatron Jr. type catches, like unreal. And last week, obviously, old boy came out, went crazy for Texas.
Yep.
So it's just OU's like, and I don't want this, I hate to compare, but it's like Dallas a little bit.
It's very much like Dallas.
If you get to our secondary, there's a chance you might beat us.
Yep.
Like that's just our offense is high powered and yada yada yada, but you can't get a stop. You can't get a stop. We almost lost it. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that, but Jesus.
Y'all think Spencer for sure gonna transfer?
I don't see him coming back in.
After the cheering,
yeah.
during when Caleb got announced.
That was huge.
Did you feel like that was like disrespectful to do that? Because I feel like that was crazy. How they put that man on the screen, that crowd went nuts, and I was like, damn, Spencer has to be salty.
I hate to say, depending on who you are, you look at it as disrespectful, but OU wants to win.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, if they feel like that's the best person that'll give them the chance to win, they're gonna root for him. And they didn't feel like Spencer was, and that might hurt his feelings, but there's no disrespect. This is at the end of the day, it's a business.
That's what this university is.
Yeah,
You said that last week. You don't have time to sit here and try to deal with it. Dude, we're 7 games in. This is a 12-game season.
Yeah.
Like, how long do we have to wait before, and Lincoln Riley's the head coach. That's what his job is.
Right.
Also, what did you see in practice that made you keep number 13 on the bench for this long? That's another story. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Everybody-
Again, we were
it seemed
6-0
like
with
everybody
Spencer, but I'm just like, okay, if there's this much of and I'm not talking about just talent wise, because it's clearly like I think if I had to pick, I think Spencer's arm is better than Caleb's, but Caleb's ability to run and move out of the way to the pocket is so much better than Spencer's. Do you? You're busy as a head coach. I get it. You're trying to recruit, trying to talk to players and parents, stuff like that. Do you not see the rapport with your players?
Right.
Like it's reported from a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Like if it was one or two like random like frat guys like, oh, Spencer's rude or whatever, like, all right, dude, whatever. Like you're part of that frat. Like of course you're upset. Right. But like you got people on Facebook talking about it. You got people tweeting about it. You got other players tweeting about it. Walk-ons tweeting about it. I'm just like, there's nobody like him?
Right.
Because that's the story I'm getting out of Norman. There's no one likes him. No one likes to play with him.
Some players got their vibe, man.
And I don't understand.
Yeah. But he seems like it's all about him. Like he don't really care about what happens around him is what it seems.
Yeah.
And so he carries that around and nobody like that, especially when you're
for
on
sure.
the team. It's
Especially when you're ass.
Yeah, well, you know.
Okay. Right.
Talk to him, DJ.
It's just one of those
Talk
things.
to him,
Like
DJ.
he comes in one of the best in the country, has
Yeah.
a solid year last year, so he thinks, oh, I'm big. But at the end of the day, this is probably his first time where somebody's right behind him like, look, I'm better than you, bro.
Right.
And he doesn't see it that way.
Yep.
He thinks, I'm going to just play. And then like, nah, here we go.
You know what I like too is Caleb be smiling and laughing.
That's what I'm saying. His whole
had
demeanor is so
the-
different.
That nigga will have a bad play, get up, smile and shit.
Yeah.
Like that nigga is a good
Because he
nigga.
looks at it as a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to be able to do this. So he going to do it for 3 years. So Spencer can either waste 3 years as a career or just transfer and go play somewhere now.
Get
You
the
almost
hell
have to. Yeah, you almost have to transfer now
Yeah.
for sure.
Because, I mean, Caleb's locked. You know, God forbid anything happen, he locked in for 3 years.
Yeah.
Period. And then the next guy, obviously, is a 5-star that'll come in and probably take his spot and go from there.
We better
But
go
it
to
just-
Arkansas State, see if they'll give him some cars over there.
Oh,
Wow.
right.
Dude, did you see what Kenneth sent us today?
What'd he say?
So, about he got to return the cars?
I mean, he probably. It's just like any other endorsement deal. Like
they
it's a
said he got to
contract.
return the cars and they're going to give it to 13.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
shit.
Okay,
That's what he said. I was like, wow.
that's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
So let's go into my next game because I got a conversation I want to get into after we get into it. But Oklahoma State, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Go Pokes, baby. Pistols firing.
Man, mad firing.
That was wild.
Number
The
12,
Texas, because I thought Texas was gonna win that much.
I thought Texas.
We all
was
did.
gonna blow 'em out the water.
I
don't know.
No, you don't. You
Did I
said
pick
Texas.
Texas?
Everybody was low key like Texas gonna beat them. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that what I picked?
I thought everyone was like Texas.
I thought
gonna win.
everybody
Yeah,
did,
I'm
but
pretty sure
possibly
everybody was
not.
like Texas.
I think Will did because he said something about Oklahoma State's defense, maybe.
I said their defense better. And I said if they can get Bijan Robinson off the field, then they'll be good. I was like Jalen Warren has to have a big game. And what did I tell you in the group text? I said Spencer Sanders, you needed somebody to tell him you are wearing white. Your team jerseys are
Good enough for
white.
me.
If he cannot throw the ball to other people, you be straight. And then boom pick. All right.
But
Yeah.
we was texting that night, late that night, and we were just talking about how Oklahoma State's defense. I as long as I can remember, I don't ever remember Oklahoma State's defense playing the way they play right now.
In history.
They seem like the most aggressive defense in the Big 12 at this moment.
Hard hitting.
Like team go crazy. And you know, you're not used to that. Oklahoma State usually known to be kind of soft.
Some
and-
mid.
You know what I'm saying? All that. They coming down defense like what's really good. And that's going to help them win games. Obviously, their offense is super sus. The running back
Always.
solid. The quarterback, can't, he tripping. But I don't know, man. I was surprised by it, honestly. But he got on Sarkisian last week. He been choking back to back weeks.
Does that mean they play in the Big 12? I saw a text you. I don't
If
understand.
everybody wins out.
Since OSU beat Texas, how does that work?
So OSU's still undefeated.
Okay.
So then if OSU stays undefeated till they play OU and they lose to OU, they play in the Big 12 game at the end of the year.
So they'll play back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, they play. Yeah.
Word?
Yeah, if that's how it stays.
Just like we did Texas 3 years ago.
So if OSU doesn't stay undefeated, then
So it depends on who they lose to and then who has the most losses. So like if Baylor has 1 loss or 2 losses and then, you know, so on and so forth. So say if they don't have 1 loss and OU has 0 losses, they'll play them in the Big 12, I believe. That's how that goes.
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma State can win out. Iowa State's always a coin flip,
Yeah.
depending on how
Yeah, I
they.
didn't know that.
Because like Iowa State, you know, probably going to lose to OU. So they lose to them, but to 2 losses.
Yeah.
And then OSU, I don't think has a really tough game for the rest of the year.
Iowa State.
They got
they
Iowa
lose to
State this
OU,
week.
they lose.
Oh.
Yeah. So if Oklahoma State beats Iowa State, they'll be 4-3.
Oh, okay.
Either of those games, I'd rather see the Texas OU or OSU OU. That'd be
I
good
think the
either
Bellum
way.
game is going to be extremely fun to watch.
That shit gonna be
Now
nuts.
it's going to be like I mean, it's gonna be hard because both kind of suck. So like, OU's defense ain't the best. OU's offense crazy. OSU's defense is the best. Offense sucks. So it's kind of like, what you gonna do? What's it gonna be like?
Who's gonna be better that day?
But then again, if OU's offense is rolling, there's not much you can do. And then OSU's defense bad enough, or offense bad enough to where they'll make OU's defense look good.
Well, go ahead, DJ. My fault. I mean,
Oh no, you're good. So again, let's knock this out really quick. Spencer Sanders attempted 32 passes, completed 19 for 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Casey attempted 27 passes, completed 15 for 179 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
That pick was bad. That last pick.
Yeah.
It was a bad ball. They just shouldn't have thrown it. That was crazy, bro. I feel bad for him. But then again, it's weird. It's weird to think I've been a Case fan for so long, but it's weird to think this is his second, third game playing, starting. So it's not we have expectations for him that's like
Right.
big dog.
Astronomical.
You know what I'm saying?
He was bound to have a bad game.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Yeah.
100%.
And obviously he played a good team last week, and he played
A good
decent
defense
team.
today.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just one of those things for him. Great experience, and he didn't lose in a large way. So
Right.
it's kind of like he's doing his best, but he obviously got to clean some things up.
Yeah, it's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Will, you got anything on that?
I wish you get paid for this.
One day. That's the goal.
First of all,
Why? Because you
I don't understand how in the what did I say last week? Bijan Robinson had 40, 2 times 20 touches against TCU. He had barely over 20 against Oklahoma, and he had 21 against Oklahoma State. Sark, y'all talk about all gas, no brakes. Somebody down there slamming on the brakes in the second half.
Yeah.
More like all ass, no brakes. This is what's going on. This is awful.
wow.
This is awful. Texas is awful. There's no. I'm sorry. Look, hey, yo, I love you. Congratulations on the baby. That's really awesome, brother. I'm proud of you. We're not gonna talk about the Broncos. Somebody got to figure something out.
Yeah.
This is bad. Texas is awful. Casey, I think, is really good. He has potential to be good. If your head coach keeps taking the ball out of his hands, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Also, there's a few throws that he did have that we saw.
Pick.
That pick. I saw that.
Yeah,
I telegraphed that. I was like, if he throws that ball's gonna get picked off because that defender immediately stopped down because he was running across the route. That other dude it was running a go route or like a go and come back route. I don't know if that's how you technically call it, but that defender was right here going this way. And also too, Casey being a young quarterback, you can't stare him down like that.
Yeah.
OSU's defense is way too good. They'll telegraph that. No, that's 6 because let me tell you something. Because it was 17-3 at that point. If Texas and they were moving the ball too. If they go down and score, it's 24-3. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
And then wham, pick 6. Now it's 10-17. Now it's a little different. You're like, oh, hold on. Now it's a 1-point game versus or a 1-possession game versus a 3-possession game.
Right.
In Austin, and I don't know what the record is with Oklahoma State in Austin, but they have a winning record over the past decade.
Yep.
It's weird. When they go to Austin, they win. But if they come back to Stillwater, they're like they won last year. I don't understand what's going on with Texas. I'm so lost. In the past 2 fourth quarters between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, Texas has been outscored 41-7.
Wow.
That is outrageous. If I told you last week going into that game, who do you think is going to have more rushing yards, either Oklahoma State or Texas? And your choices are Jalen Warren or Bijan Robinson, the best player in college football. Texas got outrushed damn near 200 yards on the ground.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Somebody got to get arrested. I'm sorry. Sarkisian should be arrested and branded as a terrorist because this don't make no sense. Why do you take the ball out of Bijan's hands? This is so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Listen, if you want, I'll come. I will drive down to Austin and I will pack his bags for him and I will ship his ass up to Norman and we'll show you with a bad O-line what you were supposed to do with that dude.
Yeah.
Because guess what? What did we just talk about with OU? Our offensive line didn't improve very much from week to week. What we need to do with our offensive line really is about 2 off seasons. We don't have that. But Bijan makes that offensive line look a lot better. Now, Caleb Williams steps in, and guess what? Whoa. It's magic. All of a sudden, everybody knows how to play.
Block.
Let me tell you something? It's because if he can get out of the pocket and if he can move around, it makes that O-line look that much better.
Yep.
Bijan has covered up a lot of problems for Texas. Why do you take the ball out of his hands?
Right.
That's I don't know. I don't understand. I have nothing. I don't have anything for. I told you beginning of the season, Sark ain't it.
Yeah.
And this is this first year head coach situations right here. Is you start getting comfortable and you start getting cute. Now I don't know if they run to pass the ball, which does make sense. But Xavier Worthy had 5 catches for 23 receptions. That's the same dude that torched Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. That's funny. That's weird. Everybody in Norman. That's championship Heisman. You sure? Because you got to get past Stillwater to get up to New York. That's just my opinion.
right now, boy. I know.
And I'm not trying. I'm not trying. It doesn't make sense. If you have that dude who is that good, why do you take the ball out of his hands?
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm going to run him like Chuba or Oklahoma State did Chuba. Every week, I'm just like, damn, he had 40 touches. He had 38 touches. He had 37 touches. They were like, yeah, yep, go. And guess what? Carolina's like, Matt Rule's like, hey, McCaffrey's hurt. Here you go. I'm going to give you touches. That's what you do. Put the ball in your hands of your best playmaker. Either get him in the screen, get him in a little check down route. Something. Either halfback toss, something, because he's too good. I don't know what's going on in Texas. I honestly think
definitely hurt his draft stock.
It's unbelievable. 4 for 14 on third down, they ain't gonna do it. Like that's just not it. That what?
Yeah.
And Casey's too good for that. Like, and that's what really sucks too is they gonna run this man into the ground.
All right.
Like I don't understand what's going on in Austin. I really truly do not. In the past decade, in what world? Like I'm not, and this is not a knock on anybody. I think that Oklahoma and Oklahoma State have had a better team than Texas over the past 10 years every single time they've played. And I don't even think it's close.
Wow.
And me, personally, there's no reason for that. The University of Texas, that's how. There's no way that. First of all, how does Baylor get to a Big 12 championship that fast? I mean, outside of cheating. You know what I mean? Texas went to one. Texas went to one. They played us, and they lost. That's when my son was born. Happy birthday, little man. My son was born then, and Texas lost. Before then, does anybody know when the last time they went to a championship? Does anyone know when the last time before OU played Texas in the Big 12 championship when OU made it? Oh, I don't know. The previous 3-4 years. Like, that's got to get old. Like, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense.
SEC.
That
Crazy.
Cool,
I
boy.
don't understand. You see what I'm saying? And I love OU. Everybody knows I'm one of the biggest OU fans. My closet is full of crimson. That's great. There's no reason that Oklahoma beat Texas last year. We're coming in with a brand new quarterback, and y'all have a 4-year starter, Sam Ehlinger, and Bijan Robinson touched the ball not even 6 times.
Wow.
He was on the team last year. I don't know if anybody knew that.
No.
But no biggie. We're just going to have, Ehlinger run around the field all day.
Yeah.
Going into the OU Texas game, their third leading receiver was Bijan Robinson.
Wow.
And we just going to stop giving him the ball? Like that? I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense to me. Sark, you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Monday morning, let's say he clocks in at 8, the boosters is at that door at 7:45.
Texas fire you faster than anybody in the world.
Yeah, they
Them boosters are something else.
Have a new coach next week.
Yeah, they like OU with quarterbacks, but with their coaches,
Yeah.
they don't play none of that shit.
Yeah.
They ran what's his name, Charlie Strong, out of there quick.
What?
I kind of wish that they would have given him a little bit longer, just because there was a lot going on there. But Texas has got to figure
But
it out.
Texas is wants to be on the same rim as OU. You got to win that.
At all,
Bro,
times.
that's
don't
not.
They don't.
No, you trying to replicate it and just hoping that you can hit copy paste and you'll be straight. That's not how that works.
Nah.
That is not how that
They're
works.
going to have to buy into somebody, let them clean shop and start over.
You got to do
Yeah,
something.
for sure. Shout out to Mac Brown. Shout out to Charlie Strong. All those guys. Some coaches from Texas I fucked with back in the day. So let's move on to the next one. Why don't we do Iowa? Iowa losing to Purdue.
Jesus Lord.
24-7. They were the number 2 ranked team at the time. I don't know exactly what happened, but this brings up a little interesting thing. So Purdue's quarterback attempted 40 passes, completed 30 for 375 yards and 2 touchdowns. Iowa's quarterback threw 32 attempts, 17 completions for 195 yards, 4 interceptions.
That's it right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, that'll do it. That'll lose you a game real quick.
And to still only lose by 17, it's crazy for someone to throw 4 picks.
I mean, they only scored. I want to say it was their who scored that? Yeah, I want to say it was a rushing touchdown in the second quarter, and they didn't touch the end zone all second half.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
We said it last week. I think Penn State beats Iowa if that quarterback doesn't get hurt.
Right.
Like they had him up against the ropes, and all of a sudden Iowa just starts coming back in Iowa, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then you go to Purdue, 3-2 Purdue team, and that's what happens.
Right.
Okay.
Sure. I can't believe we're talking about fucking Iowa.
Right.
Football.
I mean, and that's where college football is. Like it's just wide open right now.
Even with like Cincinnati, you're talking about Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What's Cincinnati?
Yeah,
right?
that's crazy. It's 2.
How the fuck?
2 right now.
Ain't nobody respecting that shit.
So, I have this quick question. Because obviously, college football going the way that it's going. I was looking at Ohio State. Ohio State's currently ranked 5. So, they play Indiana next. But then after that, their schedule gets a little tough. They play Penn State, who's ranked 7th. After that, Nebraska. Purdue's ranked 25th. Then they play Michigan State, who's 9. And then they play Michigan, who's 6.
Who, Iowa?
That's who Ohio State plays.
Oh.
The last 3-4 games. So, say that and obviously this is hypothetical because I don't think it'll happen in any world. Ohio State loses one of those games, right? Like I said, they're 5th. Oklahoma has to play OSU in the Big 12 championship. OSU gets that game. If they beat Penn State, because right now Oklahoma State is ranked 8th. Beat Penn State, obviously OSU will jump that. Then they beat, what was it? Michigan 6. Where does that put OSU? 5?
Did you hit that fan? I'm sorry, it's cold as fuck. I told you it's cold.
I was talking to Will about it the other night. I said, would it be crazy if going into Bedlam, you got number 2 Oklahoma and number 5 Oklahoma State? Mm-hmm. That would be crazy.
Right.
Because then, say they go to the Big 12 game, say the other team wins, whatever the situation may be, do they both make it?
Right. Because right now, if Alabama was to be Georgia in the SEC, Georgia drops 4?
I mean, they got 2 losses.
Dude.
Georgia would only have one at that point.
That's true, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's not losing again until they go to the SEC championship. Yeah, they can't. They're not gonna put up a ton of points, but you're not scoring on that team at all. That defense is stupid.
They looked insane.
So, if OU was to lose at number 2 against Oklahoma State going into that game, where does that put them? Where do you think? Obviously, we don't know. It's up to the college.
If they lose going into Bedlam or lose going into the Big 12 championship?
Going into the Big 12 championship.
Where does that put them?
Mm-hmm. If they were to, if OSU was to win Bedlam and knocks OU out, because obviously
That'd probably put them at 5.
They put them at 5.
Yeah, because I think it'd just.
Where would that put OSU? Because like I said,
OSU would put them probably at 3.
And then move Ohio State up
to 4.
To 4.
Well, and see, that's the best part about all this is because these teams have to play each other. So, like you said, Ohio State is 5, Michigan 6, Penn State 7. Ohio State has to play all those teams.
Play all of them.
And Oklahoma has to play OSU, and that's like the only, obviously top 10 matchup. So that's why everybody's all geeked about Cincinnati. Listen, I'm sorry, but when those football players turn their heads, and you see this right here, that helmet logo, there ain't no way. I'm sorry, listen, and that sucks, dude. This is why they're expanding the playoffs. The exact same thing happened with UCF a few years back. They were 12-0. They played like the PlayStation Bowl against LSU. Sorry, if you think that. So let's just pretend that everybody has one loss now going into this, and Cincinnati's undefeated.
Right.
So you have a Georgia who's 12-1, Bama's 12-1, Oklahoma's 12-1, Oklahoma State's 12-1, and then Ohio State. Let's say they're 12-1. Cincinnati's. I'm sorry. Right. Cincinnati's not going in over any of those teams.
They ain't putting respect on Cincinnati name.
No. The conference
the teams they play.
It's exactly
American, right?
Yeah.
UCF was bitching about that for a while, weren't they?
And that's why they should expand the playoffs. And that's what we said last week. I was like, I think you should at least do at least 5 because you're not going to put all this respect on the Power 5, and then only put 4 teams in there. Like that just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
But I'm sorry. I've seen it happen way too many times. They snubbed TCU and Baylor a few years back. Those 2 teams, one or both, should definitely make the playoffs. No, honestly. Outside of like that helmet logo, those 3 letters SEC, they want as many teams in that conference as possible. If Bama remains undefeated or wins out and they beat an undefeated Georgia, both of those teams are making the college football playoff. Depending on flip a coin about how you want to do OU, OSU, and then Ohio State.
All right.
So if OU was to lose to OSU, they'd be 5 going into
the playoffs.
The playoffs, you think? Because obviously
to the Big 12 game.
Yeah, if they lose the Big 12,
whoever wins that probably gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah, so if like Oklahoma State stays undefeated and they lose in the Big 12 championship, I feel like they still go.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I mean, you stayed undefeated and you did everything right. I mean, yeah, you especially because you beat Oklahoma at home, and at that time, if OU's undefeated, you're going to knock off the number 2 or number 3 team in the nation, and then go to the Big 12 championship. And now you can't go because you lost a game. No, I mean that's the same thing happened with Georgia and Alabama a few years ago. Like Georgia was undefeated, they beat them, and then guess what? Georgia plays Oklahoma.
I guess
So
that was
you know what I'm saying? Like,
because I was wondering if OSU would have to beat OU twice in Bedlam and in the Big 12 championship in order to get that shot.
it depends on just where everybody else is at because I mean Oklahoma State has a ways to go,
right?
Just because of the 3 Big Ten teams that are in front of them, and which I also think is a joke. Like that right there kind of tells you, and I don't know, you may be right because that right there kind of tells you what the committee thinks of Oklahoma State. They have one of the best winning resumes as far as ranked teams in the country. You know what I mean? Like you go on the road and beat a Texas team, they probably shouldn't be ranked, but they were. You beat a Boise State team, you beat a Baylor team, like They're about to. I mean, if Iowa State would pull their heads out, they're probably going to go on the road to Ames this weekend and beat them. But I mean, me personally, I think that they're better than Penn State, and Ohio State's just been up there just because like they're Ohio State. That's the only reason why they're up there. You lost to an Oregon team that lost to Stanford. That's outrageous. You shouldn't be. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be that high at all. No, sorry.
Is the committee former players? Do you know who is on the committee also?
I don't know like their names specifically, but they're a bunch of like athletic directors. There are a bunch of presidents. There's a bunch of like ex-coaches. There's a collection of everybody. So whenever I want to say Joe Castiglione, our AD, whenever he was on the committee and OU was like in the top, if you are a part of that university, you can't be in there when it comes time to voting for like that team.
Okay.
So that's how they do that.
I feel like it should be number former players though, because that's. I don't know. That ranking shit is so confusing me. But even like with basketball, like there should be some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know, people get snubbed a lot. So I just didn't know who was on the committee or like how that worked.
And it sucks for Cincinnati too. Not to cut you off, but you do exactly what you were supposed to do. You win every single game on your schedule. Same thing with UCF a few years back. Like they still claim the whatever, like 2016 or 17 national championship or whatever. But like they won every single game on their schedule. Like, what are they supposed to do to be able to get in there? And that shows you right there. They are worried about the conference and they're worried about the logos on the side of the helmets. Like that's all it cares about.
They're gonna make the most money too. Ain't
Exactly.
Watch no fucking UCF.
Ain't nobody watching UCF and Bama.
Yeah,
but
or Cincinnati.
Don't watch UCF Ohio State.
They made a 6-8-2.
Exactly.
No, for sure. And that's kind of my thing too. Like, no offense to Cincinnati, but
yeah, it's not enough.
Man, fuck Cincinnati.
Okay. Right.
Come on, no disrespect Cincinnati.
But you play nobodies essentially, and then. Like, what's the use in putting you in the college football playoffs and then you go to get your ass beat by somebody that really has a team? You know what I'm saying? You go play a OU, you go play a Georgia, you go play a Bama, somebody that's really got some shit for you, and then you go and lose like some 48-3 type shit.
Yep.
And it's kind of like why the fuck did we even? Because that, to me, anybody who's really worthy this year of going into the college football playoffs, anybody that is worthy that they play is basically going to get a freebie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just gonna beat their ass, probably throw the starters in, and then walk to the national championship. So
if y'all could just hypothetically, if OU or Alabama, one of these big teams, were to play Cincinnati, do y'all think Cincinnati even damn near score more than one touchdown?
they might get 10 on like some lucky shit. They might get a deep ball and then a field goal.
Them niggas might put up like 50, 60 though.
Now, whoever they're
OU
playing
or
is scoring
Alabama
40 plus.
Bama would probably beat them like
That's funny.
45-13, and Oklahoma would probably beat them like 37-21.
It's a waste of spot. Like, and it's not to be disrespectful. It's just the truth. Like, if you want to go and schedule some games that are competitive games, that's different. You know, you play those non-conference games where you actually play somebody, but you don't play no fucking body the whole time. Like,
and until they come to the Big 12, like there's no sense in trying to have them have that conversation just because you just don't play anybody.
Literally. So I was just having that, you know, because I'm like, how are they going to do that with Cincinnati? Obviously, they haven't played anybody. And like I said, Ohio State plays the number 6 team in Michigan, the number 9 team in Michigan State, and Penn State, who's ranked 7th.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? Obviously, any one of those can lose. But as long as OSU does what they have to up until Bedlam, I mean, that'll bring them up there. Probably, I want to say like 7.
You'd have to because like
6.
with Ohio State knocking off either Penn State or Michigan or both, like that's moving Oklahoma State up 2 spots, and right now that's the 5th or 6th seed.
Mm-hmm.
And if, like you said, Ohio State knocks off all those teams, that's a lot of ranked teams in the top 10, not just a 21 or 22. That's a lot of top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Oklahoma State. Well, they just knocked off the number 2 team in the nation in Stillwater for Bedlam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Cincinnati, sorry about you, but their resume looks a heck of a lot better than yours does. And then again, that sucks. So you know, maybe when they switch conferences, it'll look a lot better with them and BYU.
Right, because right now it's not looking like the prettiest.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Florida lost to LSU. Florida was ranked 20th.
Shout out to Ed O.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Goodbye.
Yeah, good Lord and
Thank
goodbye.
God.
Georgia, Kentucky. I wasn't able to catch the full game. Will, were you able to get a glance at all? I know I didn't really expect Georgia to stomp. I know I did. I expected Georgia to whoop the shit out of Kentucky. But for them to only win by 17, I thought that was a fairly good job by Kentucky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, with them being the number 1 team in the country. How do you feel?
Well, I was watching the Red Sox go back to back in Grand Slams. Shout out.
Jesus.
It's just, I mean, like I said, that's just how Georgia is. And I said that last week. Like, their offense is nothing like crazy. Like, Stetson Bennett threw for 250 and 3 touchdowns. Like, there's not else much you can do that. It was 0-0. I was flipping back and forth, like, between that and the ALCS. It was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. I did see that, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
There were a few, like, Kentucky had a lot of drop passes. There was a few check downs, so the running back missed. There was a few, like, that he threw to the wide receiver or a tight end and missed. And I want to say there was 2 that should have easily been picked off by Georgia. But, I mean, they had a bunch of, like, just ridiculous. I mean, you scored like 1 touchdown in the second and then 2 field goals and, like, in the fourth. That's it. Like, there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Georgia's defense just did not let them move the ball at all.
Huge.
And they had some openings. Like, now, with Georgia's defense, they look like if you have the right mixture out there, they look like they can get got, but it's a matter of, you see that defense? Now, their secondary is better than ours, but there's pressure in your face the entire game. Georgia doesn't just turn it on in the fourth quarter. Oh, we got to get a stop. Turn it on. That's the difference. That right there. Every time, you phantom, that right there. This right here is the difference. Like, they turn it on at that first quarter 15-minute mark to the fourth quarter of the 0-0-0 mark. That's when they turn it off. And I'm just like, that's the difference between them and us. But no, like with Kentucky, they just couldn't move. There were a lot of drop passes. Penalties were not anything too crazy, but it's a couple of recipes for, you fought behind Georgia. Like what it was 14-7 at the half, and then Stetson Bennett came out and threw another touchdown. I'm just like, yeah, that's you get down 21-7.
That defense ain't letting you come back.
No, even like if it was just 7-10 or 7-14, like one possession, sure, you get down more than 2 possessions against Georgia's defense, you ain't moving the ball. No, I'm sorry about you.
100%. Tony, you got anything to touch on that?
No, we was watching it. I haven't got to see Georgia much, and boy, them front four is unreal. How big they are.
Yeah, they're monsters.
I mean, I was like, that is unreal. Like how do you make that in college? Them is 18, 19, 20-year-old men.
For real.
6'4", 6'5", 350 a piece. I'm like, okay. I wouldn't even want to play if I was offensive line. All of a sudden, I'm hurt.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I got COVID. It's weird.
Yeah. My knee brace broke.
Yep.
Really weird.
What's that doing? Popeyes on them force feeding them niggas Popeyes.
They don't play in Georgia.
Yeah, they be
getting that good shit down. So that'll be halftime, where we go to the other side of the ball, the big leagues, what we call NFL time, baby. So.
Cowboys, baby.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hey, he called it out. Let's go ahead and start there, man.
Man, my Cowboys. So I didn't watch the first quarter because usually Dallas stressing me out early.
Understandable.
So I was watching you for a while. Then I go over to my dad's about halftime. And I get there and we're losing 14-10. I'm like, all right. So we drive the ball up to the red zone. Dak fumbles it in the end zone before the half. So I'm like, okay, here goes some bad Dallas juju. This is about to happen. So we come out the second half, back and forth, whatever. So I'm talking mess about Trayvon right before he gets the pick to my dad. Like, I'm like, where he been all game? You know what I'm saying? What blah, blah. He picks the ball off. I'm going crazy, screaming.
Is that the pick six?
Yeah. So this a Hut. They kick it off. Max a Hut throw a D ball. And I don't know, if anybody knows what number he is, but number 7 is guarding him. And for some reason, which you can blame his safety for not doing his job. You can.
Bruh.
So he eased up because I'm thinking he think his safety there.
He absolutely thought he had help.
And I don't know what the safety was doing. He wasn't even close to picking the ball. What was the plan? So Trayvon mad. So our boy Kenneth told me the other day, we was arguing at the house, he said, Trayvon gives up the 4th most yards in the games. I'm like, well, he also averaged most picks.
Right.
You got to give
Defensive player of the year right
So then I'm stressed out now because they up 3. Greg the Leg is the most untrusted kicker in the history of the game, in my opinion.
Okay, why is his name Greg the Leg if he fucking sucks?
Because he was with the Rams for the longest time, and he was either Greg the Leg or Legatron, and I'm talking about he used to boot those things with the Rams. Like if you need a field goal, we're going to Greg.
Like Justin Tucker type.
Oh yeah. He can let that fly.
Decline.
Hey, man, I don't know what. Look,
he said,
no, because it's blowing me. Like,
so we ain't had kickers in a while.
Tony keep calling him Greg the Leg.
Greg the Leg, right? And so he misses the 51-yarder. Me and Alex like, what's going on? Why are they kicking it? Yada yada. And let's talk about. I'm gonna talk about that kick for a second.
Yeah, go ahead. That's your team.
So he kicked it. The field goal is over here. He kicked that mug so left. I'm like,
They even tried.
What was going on? They talking about, the defender almost blocked it. How do you almost block it and it goes all the way
I
left?
think he had a tip on, is what they were saying. He
Ain't
had
no-
to, bro. Because look, if you looked at the play, it looked like he low key did hit it. There's no way in hell he did kick that far left.
and low, he ain't kick it up in the air. So, okay. So now we got 49-yarder. And everybody's supposed to be, Greg's legs in. Okay. What's that matter? I got a bigger chance right now of making a 49-yard kick than him.
Okay, that's cap.
That's how I was feeling. Okay.
So
So he makes it. We go to OT. You know Dallas get to playing around too much. So then I'm thinking they better kick a field goal. They punt. I'm like, let's do this. And then my boy CD. Shout out to CD Lamb.
nigga cold, boy.
Best slot receiver in the game. I don't care what you got to say. The man hands is out this world. And I don't know what it is. And they've been saying this since Hard Knocks. Him and Dak have such a connection right now. It's unreal. Because if you ever notice, it seems like every time we throw the CD, somehow CD open.
Yep.
And that last play, CD like, bro, I'm wide open. Go ahead, throw that over here. Touchdown. Then he hit him with
the bye-bye.
the bye-bye.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
disrespectful to him.
And
man.
so,
Right in his face. Because bro pushed him for no reason. He was going to get that. He just saw CD.
Well, no, he was
celebrate.
looking at him when he was going.
Yeah.
through.
He was
So I think
talking
that's why he
noise.
pushed him.
but the issue I have with Dallas is we not good enough to play down to our competitions.
That's true.
Like, if we're going to be good, let's do that.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying every game's going to be easy. I can't say that. But when you playing a team like the Pats, you have a rookie quarterback. Obviously, the team is down. They're going through a rebuilding stage in a sense. You have to win that game comfortably. Now, I'm glad we won the game. That shows Dak can come in late, handle his business. Kellen Moore makes some good calls. Great. But now it's not getting any easier for the next 5, 7, 8 games, whatever it is. So now we got to move on. They got a bye week coming up, and then we're gonna beat Denver, and then sorry,
Easily.
and then we got the Vikings. But Dallas finished it how I wanted it to be finished. I'm happy for my boys.
Shout out to him. Well, did you catch any of that?
Of what he said or the game?
The game.
Oh, yeah. Man, just if you look at just the stats right there, that last line that you just said, you have to be able to close this out in regulation. If you just look at it, there's no reason that this game goes to overtime at all.
Yeah, the numbers.
You got to hit.
My Lord.
That's it. You shut the door. We're not going to say, y'all still out there? Y'all good? Anybody good? You want some milk, sugar, anything? No. I'm slamming the door and saying, next week, get on this bye. Let's get Dak this tomorrow. Good Lord. Just real quick. Time of possession, 39 to 26 Dallas. Total yards, 567 to 355 Dallas. This would also this to me every single week. This is the 3 that I look at. Those are the top 2. This is a massive one right here. 12 penalties for 115 yards, and it wasn't really that good.
Yeah,
it was never like Trayvon. If he decides to hold that dude, pull that dude down, pass interference on the defense number 7, I'll take that. Put Mac Jones at like the 35. Can somebody explain to me what the hell Dallas is doing on first down? Why is it 1st and 25? 1st and 15? 1st and 20? What are we doing?
Dude, the offensive
Ball
lineman
start,
got holding, and roughing the unsportsmanlike conduct.
What is happening?
Same play.
Come on.
The same dude that had been getting
Bro,
calls.
I texted the group. I said, here we go with the Dallas stuff.
You can't have that. That'll hurt you.
We got to turn the corner with that nonsense.
Yep.
My dad mad talking about, we want to fire you anyway. We've been trying to get rid of you. I'm like, Dad, that's the wrong guy.
Yep.
He like, yeah, you're right. 52 is the one I want to get rid of.
52 was
I thought
fucking
76.
up.
I don't know who 76 is, but he got a few holding calls too, back to back early in the game too.
That'll get you beat.
Yeah.
Like it's stuff like that. I'm just like, they got to close this out. There was a few things where Dak fumbled in the end zone. Before that, what you in a hurry for? Let the time out. Mike McCarthy. See, let me tell you something. Dallas won despite their coach.
Yeah.
Dallas right now should be easily 2-3 because of Mike McCarthy. Not because of talent-wise. This team is good. Every year, this team is good. Good running back, good old line. Lyle Collins is going to come back. Like, they're good. They're good. Everybody's good. See, Sendarius, that is that dude. Like, this is it. Mike McCarthy going to lose y'all a couple of games this year. Dude. I promise you, he going to lose at least 2 more games for y'all.
The 2-point conversion.
Good Lord.
I was like, what was the plan there?
I don't even think he knew.
Did we really just run a Tony Pollard double running back? Like, what was the idea?
I don't understand.
I was just mind blown.
If you're going for it on 4th down, why in the hell are you in shotgun? If you're going to run the ball, why are you in shotgun? That doesn't make no sense. First of all, you need 3 feet, also known as a yard, for the first down. What you in shotgun for? No. Zeke, get about 4 or 5 yards behind me because that way when I hand you this ball, you got a full head of steam. Yeah. That's why everybody usually look at Peterson so weird. Like, why is he 8 yards behind it? Because by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage, he running over somebody.
Yeah.
Y'all better get out the way. Matter of fact, my shoulder hurt all of a sudden. I ain't tackling him. What is that? I'm not a Dallas fan by any means. It's fun to watch them, and there was a couple dudes on Twitter I was talking to earlier. I was like, it's hard to hate them right now. Like, I have nothing bad to say outside of the head coach. Like, I was like, y'all head coach gonna get y'all they gonna get beat because of Mike McCarthy. This is bad. And Greg the Leg lined up and missed that field goal, and I said, oh dear God. First of all, Dallas. That's another thing too. Why are you going for it on your own 35 on 4th and 4? Punt the ball and make that rookie quarterback go the length of the field. What are you doing?
Yep.
Bro, it's stuff like that. I'm just like, this is unbelievable. I don't know what Mike McCarthy, Kellen Mond, Jerry Jones, whoever's up there making calls. This is awful. Yeah. This is bad. You do not make the game easier for Bill Belichick. I don't care if you put my wife back there at quarterback. Don't make it any easier for this fool. Yeah. Bill Belichick been doing it. Now, of course, it's Tom Brady, most of that. But regardless, I'm just like, what are you? And then Greg Leg missed that field goal. I said, I'm telling you right now, if they go and tie this game up, and they got to rely on the Greg Leg to tie it back up, I don't know what to tell him. This is going to be bad. I text a couple Dallas fans. I said, hey, man, how you feel about that? He said, we just lost this game. We down by 3. And if we got to rely on him to kick this field goal to put us in overtime, it's over with. And let me tell you something. Somebody took the microphone and the headset from Mike McCarthy and Kellen Mond. They were like, listen, we get the ball in overtime. We are not relying on Greg for this. 88, come here. Whatever he called, I'm going to do this number here. And you just know, run. Run your way. Because I don't know.
I think his first 25, he got to the 24 yards.
Yep. Yes, sir. And also, too, I don't know what Bill Belichick's defensive plan was, but you understand that you don't have Stephon Gilmore no more, right? Mm-hmm. Who is guarding number 88?
Nobody was. He was balling.
Bill, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
And they did the exact same thing that Tampa Bay did, but Bill, they got a number 12 down there. You don't have that. So you need to figure something out. So they were like, they did the exact same thing that Tampa Bay did. We're not going to let you run the ball because Zeke was non-existent yesterday when it came to running. I think he had maybe 70 yards off 15 carries. Yeah. That was it.
They said he didn't play me.
So, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But they were like, Dak beat us. Okay, you said it. I mean, I'm going to throw for 444 and a couple touchdowns. And I'm like,
true.
So when I tell you, I'm not going to let you beat me this way, you have to beat me this way. If I see that you are torching me this other direction, time out. We got to figure something out. We got to do the impossible because the possible ain't working. Yeah. You got to figure something out. Bill Belichick just let them fools run around. Number 80, there's nobody. Cedric Wilson had a tremendous catch. I'm just like, this dude is nice.
Can't catch every
He is nice. Hey, Michael Gallup come back. This is gonna be a real deep. No, before you get on him, bro. Before you get on Michael Gallup, he's a nice dude out there.
Answer this for me.
He's nice.
Last time he played the full season. How long you been in the league? It ain't been that long, and I don't know if he played a full season yet.
Bro, it's hard.
I'm a fan. He's a good.
It's hard, bro.
But it's not like you the number one. It's not like they going to you every possession. You be running, getting hurt, running a go route.
No lie.
Nobody touched you. You by yourself.
Bro,
you
it's
pull
hard.
a hammy.
NFL's hard out here, bro.
For who?
That's the third option.
Gallup is our third option. And now, maybe four.
Yeah.
It may be set. I might say Schultz and Jarwin down there.
Yeah, see,
just
so
like,
look,
listen, yeah, you
so
might
how are you the only one not healthy? Cedric is new, and he taking your spot while you just sitting there talking about my toes hurt.
Oh, God.
You know.
I'm a Gallup fan.
I think he's
but
good.
He need to go to another team.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Because you can't continue to be hurt when you that good with us.
Yep.
I agree, man.
I thought they were going to move him last year before the trade deadline. And
trade him.
Yeah, I would have been trading him.
I need some new socks or something. Get rid of them.
Yep.
You said new socks.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I mean, let's get to the shit.
That's Dallas and Patriots. Let's go to the next one. The battle of the former OU QBs, man.
Lord.
Kyler Murray and his Cardinals versus Baker and his Browns.
Hold on. I got a question. I seen a theory on Twitter. They feel like Baker is holding back OBJ because they feel like when he's not on the field, he throws better and everything's just better.
Baker holding the Browns back right now. But
okay.
Wait, what?
Well, they were saying that they feel like Baker's holding OBJ back. Mm-hmm. That when he's off the field, he makes the right throws, doing everything right. But when OBJ's on the field, he's not throwing to him, or it's just not right when OBJ's on the field.
Probably. I mean,
like they feel like it's intentional, like there's an issue. Not intentional, but they say it has to be at this point.
But last year, I mean,
he had some right catches yesterday.
Yeah, he had some solid catches, but they said, last year that when Odell Beckham was hurt, that the whole offense just moved better. And I mean, especially now, going into that game, you're down Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt goes down. You have to get the wide receivers involved no matter who's out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the third string running back for Cleveland is, but at that point, I mean, yeah, you can get them the ball here and there, but, you know, everybody's been saying Baker's issue is when you know Baker has to throw. And when you're not making those completions, you're not getting it to your receivers. I mean, you can only put so much on Odell because Odell's going to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really sure what's going on with Baker right now.
Or OBJ. I just feel like I feel like OBJ went to Cleveland and just been like,
No, he got hurt, and then it's hard because with him going who he was, everybody's now okay. We gotta cover him and then blanket him, so you got to put somebody in safety over him so he can't get many deep routes. Well, when you had Jarvis, you could take some pressure off of it. When now they don't have Jarvis, you can just double team the whole game.
Yep.
And like they're blaming Baker, I'm like, if Baker can't get on the ball, he just can't get on the ball. If he's not open, he's not open. It's just what it is. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Baker's the quarterback for that team anymore because I feel like the pressure on him is just too high to make something out of nothing. When in all reality, if it wasn't for him at the moment, the Browns would be pathetic still. Like one of the worst teams in history. I think they ain't win a game for, you know what I'm saying?
For a while.
And they putting all the blame on Baker. I'm like, he's doing, you know, he's not the greatest decision maker, passer, whatever, but he's won you games. You know what I'm saying? And so all you got right now, he got Njoku still. He got
Njoku, is it Peoples?
Odell, Peoples. You know, he got a few pieces, but it's just, you know, he has to have high firepower for him to be who he is, and he doesn't have that other threat right now to do that. So, and then you use Chubb. I would say Chubb's top 5 running back this year so far. And then Kareem, obviously, he was until he got to, you know, Floyd Mayweather and things. But I don't know. It's just I can't put all the blame on him.
Y'all think OBJ out of there and Baker?
Should be.
Like
Baker is
No, they're gonna get rid of one or the other.
Yeah. I think
you too much money to get rid of both.
Right.
No, I just didn't know because it seems like nothing.
Like in the league right now, I feel like all the feasible good quarterbacks are playing.
Yes.
Like they're all on a team. Like I have Heineke, and he might be the worst quarterback in the league.
Besides Cam Newton. But anyways, keep going.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you get Cam Newton, but so he could go play for them. You know, he could go, but there's not many teams he can go to right now, I would say, and just start over somebody.
Houston and Washington football team.
Yeah, that's true. That's it.
That's it right now.
Washington football team.
Now, OBJ, he go play anywhere.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. Anywhere and be good because Lamar Jackson's doing it with no running backs, but we'll talk about that later.
He is a running back.
Yeah, that's true. Will, how did you feel about that game if you're able to catch any?
It's tough, man. I mean, it's hard to watch Baker struggle like that. He's clearly playing hurt, and he knows he's hurt. I mean, not having somebody like Nick Chubb is definitely going to impact the offense and how you move. Like, that offense is supposed to run the ball. They are a very run-first offense. You got Kareem, you got Chubb, you run the ball. Like, with Odell not being on the field, like, Baker almost feels like he has to force him the ball. So did Eli Manning. And so that's why both those guys get off the field, and that offense seems like it flows so much easier.
Right.
But you got a guy like Odell, there's no way you can't not go to him, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so, like the Browns yesterday, first 4 possessions of the football game, you got a punt, turnover on downs, fumble, interception. Baker, what?
That's crazy.
What are we doing, son? And listen, and Shannon Sharp said earlier, he's like, Baker is not good unless everything is clicking and going perfectly well. I disagree, but I don't have much to go off of. I don't think he has to have everything perfect, but son, you starting to prove me wrong.
Right.
And I think Baker's a good quarterback, and I think they should. I mean, they signed his 5th-year option, so I'm good with that for sure. But man, if you're hurt, get off the field because if this team's gonna lose, let them lose. Like, defense is bad. That first of all, that Cleveland defense had no business being on the same field as Kyler Murray. Holy cow! First of all, does anybody realize that number 1 can run?
Man,
where is the linebackers going? you got Jadeveon Clowney and Mr. Garrett just rushing the quarterback, and if he get past that line of scrimmage, that's it. Everybody looking around like, oh, who got number 1 in white? And then I don't even want to talk about what DeAndre Hopkins did.
Bye. And just chill.
Did y'all see him mix 3 people out of his cleats?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't necessary at all, D-Hop. We understand you good. You ain't got to disrespect Cleveland like
For a
that.
touchdown.
You a fan of LeBron. You can't do his hometown like that.
Man.
Who guarded D-Hop? You see what I'm saying? Like, Denzel Ward, I think, is a great
Wide
quarterback.
open.
But Stefanski, y'all got to do something up there. Like, it's the same. It's almost the same thing with, like, Oklahoma and with Dallas. Y'all are too talented to be this damn bad. Like, it don't make no sense. No, if your defense is going to be that bad, that's fine. Your best defense is going to be your good offense.
Right.
If we can't stop nobody, then the first one to 70 wins. Take it from an Oklahoma fan. You may blow us out. You may have 4,500 yards on rushing and passing, but guess what? We hung 75 on you. We lost 78-75. Big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Baker, you got to be able to move the ball, son. With or without Kareem, you got to be able to move the ball. That is what if you want to be re-signed to this league, let me tell you something. It's hard. It ain't supposed to be easy. And unfortunately, you got signed to one of the worst franchises in the damn league. Sorry, that sucks, and I really hate that. But if you get Nick Chubb back, you want to give him the ball. Kareem just went out, so now you really finna see what you made of.
Right.
And y'all, and I don't know, you have to come across Von Miller on Thursday. So that's what really sucks. He leaves the game in a sling. Oh, by the way, you got a short week. You play Thursday. I.e., here's Von Miller and Bradley Chubb in your face. You see what I'm saying? Yep. You got to do something.
Yeah.
And don't let Teddy Two Gloves tear you up because I can't believe we lost to the Raiders. Anyways. But yeah, they got to get back. That's the first 4 possessions. Come on, Baker. He's better than he knows. If you're hurt, dude, you're hurt. Like, it's very clear that you're hurt. You can't throw the ball. Also, too, it's 37-14. They lost 37-7. You had some random ass
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary thing. No. Y'all got blown off the field. You lost 37-7. Hey, I'm not counting that. That's no.
He said, I'm not counting that.
That's no.
What
Hell
makes
no.
you think he's hurt? Like, what do you think he's hurt with?
He does.
He's got
torn
a torn
labrum.
labrum in his left shoulder. He's left. Yeah,
he's just playing with it.
A couple weeks ago, he came out of the game. He was
for
struggling.
sure. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, he's
They
hurt.
weren't
those
upset,
guys
but I
are
really
tough.
don't feel like I hear about Cleveland anymore. I feel like there's hospitalizations for him, and then they just been fucking up.
Nice.
That's as Shannon Sharp said it perfectly. What is the number one thing that will kill a team? It ain't injuries. It ain't coaching. It is expectations. And Cleveland, you started to fall by the wayside.
Yeah, and you seen what was it when J.J. Watt got his tackle on Baker? And
So they can't guard
fumbled
me.
the ball,
Mhm.
and then he fucking fell. And the
And
way
he tried to fall,
and,
like, yep.
and his shit, he landed all on
Yep.
his shit.
Who's their backup quarterback?
Case Keenum, I think, right?
Keenum, yeah, I think so.
Oh,
He terrible.
y'all see Cam Newton vaccinated?
Yeah, I saw that.
Rumors that he vaccinated.
Got the double tap. Boop, boop. Yeah, I saw
He gonna be Dallas back up
that. Why would he be down?
Cleveland backup.
because
So,
Cooper Rush is pathetic.
Cooper.
they should have got
Rush
rid of
been there forever.
Ben DiNucci.
He's good for clicks, but he sucks too.
That nigga Ben DiNucci.
Cooper Rush, man, come on, God. That boy's pathetic.
That'd be dope to see Cam Newton in Dallas, though.
It would. It'd be cool, just in case. You know what I'm saying?
Looking like Cam Newton or looking like Dak's dad.
All right.
Sorry.
So
Fuck.
I don't really have many games to cover. There's just the Raiders. I mean, the Ravens and the Chargers.
We don't talk about the
Hey,
Raiders.
No, not the Raiders.
Because we'll be knowing shit like this.
What's up?
I don't know if why the fuck would that game not be on TV?
Which one?
The Ravens,
Ravens and
Chargers.
Chargers.
I have no idea.
Because of what time was it on?
Shit.
It was 425 like Dallas.
That's why.
Because
It's
Dallas
because,
is on.
yeah, because
Dallas
it's
is-
because of Dallas and because they aired the Browns and Arizona game.
Yeah.
That's just
It's maddening. I hate how it's done. That's what I told Amber. I was like, listen, I love you, but we got to do something. We're not good, but I got to be able to see the Broncos. I'm not doing this YouTube highlights. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that.
That's what I do. Shit.
It's just weird to me. 'Cause I
It's-
was like, bro,
it's so dumb.
that's a good game. Ravens
hell
and Chargers,
yeah.
even though Ravens,
Yeah.
fucked them in the ass. Which I was not expecting that, but the Ravens
No.
gave them the work.
What was that? 4.5 point favorite?
Man,
That's
Lamar's so
unreal.
fed up with all this nonsense people
Yeah,
talking
he
about.
is.
Last 2 weeks, he been going dumb.
But
Balling.
he did not have a good game. So let's talk about it really quick.
Goodness
Chargers,
gracious.
Justin Herbert, 39 attempts with 22 completions for 195 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Lamar Jackson had 27 attempts with 19 completions, 167 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions,
How many rushing yards?
50.
But they
How
still,
they score
51.
34?
yeah, they still won, so I guess.
Devontae Freeman rushed for a touchdown, Latavius Murray rushed for a touchdown, Le'Veon Bell rushed for a touchdown.
Damn. I was running
So
that.
all the running backs, that's nice.
Yeah,
Mark Andrews
But you said they don't have running back.
I said their starting
saw
running
Le'Veon-
backs are
I
hurt.
did see Le'Veon Bell score. That was really cool to see him score. That was really cool.
Those
I
are
like that.
3 actually good quarters. They all started in the league at one point.
No, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying the people that know the playbook that have gone through all the
Yeah.
preseason with them are hurt.
How do you have those 3 names and they all used to be mega nice?
Because they were all free
Freeman,
agents, so
right?
they
You
got
said
cut.
Freeman?
Yeah, Devontae Freeman had been good. in like a
Latavius
while.
started it in Oakland,
He started. That was a long time ago. He was with the
Oakland,
Saints.
With the Saints.
The Saints released him.
but he started with the Oakland.
Yeah.
And then obviously Le'Veon was the best.
yeah.
Played with the Rapers, right?
What?
Le'Veon Bell.
Have mercy.
Did he
Said
not?
Raiders.
His name's Ben Roethlisberger.
Did he not play?
Latavius Murray?
Yes.
Le'Veon did.
Le'Veon.
Yeah.
Le'Veon did, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't. What?
Le'Veon.
I
That
don't.
nigga ain't been nothing. That nigga been the rapist.
Wow. All right.
He said been raping niggas. That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
So
That
yeah,
nigga's, never mind.
Titans win. Titans win. Oh, they're playing right now.
Titans playing the Bills right now.
This nigga over here running touchdowns with fucking Tannehill on me. This shit's unbelievable.
The Titans are losing 6-0 right now. Currently at the beginning of the second quarter.
Who they playing?
The Bills.
They're gonna lose.
Hey,
Yeah,
but- hey.
I'm sure they get that.
Buffalo is nice.
Yeah.
Josh Allen on some other shit right there.
They just said Tannehill overthrew Julio by 10 yards.
Can you understand that? He's 6'6".
They just say he said overthrew
What
by
I
10
be
yards.
telling you, bro.
understand that.
Tannehill is
I
ass.
Dude texted me said that was the worst pass in my life.
Man,
10
Tannehill
yards?
is ass.
But nigga, you be with that nigga on Madden like he's just the GOAT.
Bro, what? Scrambling
No, I
like
don't.
going
Yes,
crazy. I'm
nigga,
like,
he scored touchdowns on me with Tannehill. I'm like, this bum nigga.
Bro.
He's not fucking with me.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
This nigga
He like, I'm better with Tannehill than Tannehill's with himself.
Am I lying?
No, you're right. You're right, because you be killing me with Tannehill.
Tannehill had 4 passing touchdowns when we played Madden. Tannehill probably ain't had 4 passing touchdowns this season.
How you overthrow a
Wow.
nigga 10 yards?
Yo, you
That's
must
a
just
lot.
do it. Say Julio and go get it. Julio
Yeah.
ain't young no
That
more.
nigga needed,
he said he love young no more.
Matt Ryan could do
he
that.
needs some training from Tom Brady.
I didn't
Look out
think
with your kids.
I didn't think you can go worse for Matt Ryan. Get much worse from Matt Ryan, but obviously
Why is Matt Ryan bad?
Will,
I don't
He's
like
not
Matt
good.
Ryan, bro. He's not. Thank
Hold
you,
on,
Will.
hold on,
Thank
hold on.
you.
Matt Ryan?
Thank
No, listen to me.
fucking you.
This is my issue. His passing yards over the last few seasons have been good.
That ain't got nothing to do with your record. He's
I didn't know. No, wins and losses ain't all his fault. Don't give him all that credit. His defense was one of the worst in the league at one point, right, DJ?
Before
And we took their head coach and put him as our defense coordinator in Dallas.
before Brady got
Everybody
there,
was talking shit about it at the beginning of the season. I just want to put that there.
I'm still
What?
talking shit. Dan Quinn's awful.
They say he's a lot better defense coordinator than he is.
That,
head
hey,
coach,
that's fine. Let me ask
which
you
is
something.
fair.
If Trayvon Diggs is going to guard Justin Jefferson, who going to guard Adam Thielen?
KZ.
I can't wait to see who
I don't
tackling Dalvin Cook. That's a 3-headed monster right there.
This my
coming to
issue.
Dallas.
This my issue. We gonna try to get that overpaid monster to throw that ball away somewhere.
Sorry, what?
That's what we're gonna try to do.
It better not be baseball related.
Yes, sir. And the Red Sox go up 4-0 on the Bums of Houston.
Them niggas probably cheating, doing some weird shit.
Houston cheated. We did not.
Yeah, I was finna say.
Man, there be
Nah,
so much
Boston
scandals
off
with
cheat, too.
baseball. It'd be amazing. Niggas be on steroids. Niggas putting shit in their glove.
Okay, quick, just
Goddamn.
30 seconds on
Let's
baseball.
do it.
Say you guys are able to make millions of dollars in baseball. Are you taking steroids? Because before you answer, in my opinion, like, it is your responsibility to get any advantage that you can in the sport. Obviously, like, you don't want to go and just take drugs and stuff like that all the time. But Amber asked me, like, she's like, would you take steroids? I was like, I'm 5-0. Yes, I would. She's like, well, if you were playing baseball, do you feel like you would? And I was like, because after post-pandemic, I'm doing anything for $1, to be honest with you. But now I'm just like,
Hold on, what?
man, if I can,
You do anything for $1, nigga?
we broke out here. We
You
broke.
can't just say that shit. Like,
That's a clip for your ass.
I ain't never been that broke.
hit him with-
Anything for
But I'm
Yeah,
just
hit
like,
with the
man, I
pause.
feel like I might, if I can get away with it, I might have to pop some steroids to get better, to get a paycheck. I might have to do
This
it.
is my thing about baseball. You're
Talk to
gonna
him.
get paid regardless.
No, you're not.
A large amount of money
No, you're not.
until you start sucking.
No,
if you
no,
sign your
that
first
is not how
contract,
that works.
You're getting paid.
No, there's no first contract. You start like right now. The Red Sox drafted this shortstop out of Texas. He's not with the Red Sox right now. He's with the Woo Sox in like a AAA team.
He's still getting paid.
He's
good
still
if he's
getting
AAA.
paid.
No,
God.
not
He
not
getting
in the
paid
minor
more
leagues.
than
He's not.
NFL.
Will.
More than he getting paid more than
In the
cash.
minor leagues, it's not nearly as good as you think it
I
is.
As a rookie?
I personally know
No,
somebody.
not a rookie for the Red Sox in the minor leagues.
That's
So
what I'm
it's like with the
saying.
Dodgers.
Yes, with
Go
the third
downtown
team.
and ask the Dodgers if they get paid right now. Well, if they're gonna tell you they don't get paid,
Is he in
anything.
AAA, A, 2A? What you
He
want?
said AAA.
Triple or
If he's in
double
AAA,
A.
he getting paid the most as in that league. In that
I mean, you have to move up to triple A.
Right,
Like, you don't
right.
just start.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah. But
so
I'm
right
saying-
now he's probably in like either A, like just single A or
so
double
he's not
A.
getting paid a whole lot.
Right,
And
yeah.
So as a rookie, you ask him, I'm gonna take steroids, or as like a
No. Once you get
like Barry
in
Bonds,
the-
I'm not
yeah.
taking steroids if I'm Barry Bonds.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He still hit that ball, the cover off the ball always.
You
So
see what
I
I'm
don't even
saying?
think he
Why
needed
would you
it.
take steroids?
I
You
agree
get
completely.
that in that moment. I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
I would have done
Right.
it like, oh boy, they get paid $1 million a year for that for the Angels or whatever. Every year.
Yeah.
I would do my contract just like that.
That's such a crazy
Man,
story.
y'all niggas, I'm just saying, goddamn Babe Ruth, some big fat nigga that used to do coke.
Look. First off, David Ortiz. He showing a picture about him today. He been fat his whole career.
That
Never been able to
example, too.
run fast.
Thank
None
you.
of that. And he wearing a bust down rollie, chains and all that. That's how you do it.
That's what I'm saying. I
You
don't
do
think
one thing
baseball you
well.
need to do that. I don't think you
Think
need
about
to.
pitchers over their entire career. They can be good for 4 seasons, 5 seasons, 6 seasons. Throw their arm out. They pay for the rest of their life.
Facts.
And all you got to do is pitch. You ain't got to run. You ain't got to jump. You
Well,
just
all you
pitch.
got, I mean, as long as you sign if you sign your name on that, if you make that game one roster, you're set for life.
That's what I'm saying.
Financially, but especially healthcare, because they get lifetime healthcare.
So why would you do steroids in that?
Well, that might make his case even more. If you could play good for fucking, you know
No,
what
I'm saying, but
couple
he's saying if
seasons.
you get that contract, right, you get it. Why take steroids at that point?
well, because
I guess,
not
I
everybody
guess.
gets those Mike Trout type of contracts.
that's fair. But
like
in
Giancarlo
in
Stanton, he
MLB,
signed
you
a
getting paid more
$340
money than
million
any other sport
deal.
regardless.
Yeah, MLB getting banged.
But see, it's not everybody is as crazy. So like, okay, so for the Red Sox right now, we have one of like the hottest hitters in Red Sox history, and really probably postseason history. He's making $3 million a year. We got Hunter Renfroe out of Tampa Bay. He's making $7 million a year. Whereas the Yankees have a guy that just blasted us in the regular season. He's at $350 million over 10 years. Mike Trout, almost $500,000 over 12 years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, if I can do the regular, like, and of course it's all guaranteed because it's baseball. But if I could do like a $40 million deal over like 4 or 5 years, making $10, $15 million, like that's great. I can eat, obviously. But if I ever can be good enough to be a Mike Trout, a Giancarlo Stanton, a Shohei
that's,
Ohtani, where I can be like, I can sign a 10-year deal for $400 million or $500 million. I'll take the allegations because let me tell you, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. You got to pay me. So obviously if I'm Barry Bonds, there's no need to because you're that big and you get the
David
ball
Ortiz,
clear out of
Jason Giambi, any of those cats.
There's no need for
I
that.
thought Hunter Renfroe played for the Raiders.
He does.
He does.
Like I fuck with baseball.
You just said something about Tampa. Did you say Hunter Renfroe played for Tampa?
Yes.
So there's 2 Hunter Renfroes?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, he's baseball.
okay. I was like, huh?
No, yeah.
So,
that's crazy to me, man.
man, shout out
Yeah.
to baseball, man.
No,
what
fuck
time we out? What time we at?
I fuck with baseball. That shit long, bro.
To watch it is
pretty
hard.
Whoa,
It's pretty long.
And it's hard to understand too.
Pause.
big.
What?
He said that shit long.
We're an hour and 10 minutes.
Hour and 10.
But
So we got time.
Uh-oh.
We're talking about NBA?
Uh-oh.
They playing.
All right, hold on. Let me start this off. Fuck Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, God.
Fuck all them old niggas, bro.
Tell him, Bill
Them
Russell.
niggas ass.
Bill
Them
Russell.
niggas
What?
suck dick.
Hit the button. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell fucking ass too.
Will
Bum
Chamberlain?
ass niggas.
Ass.
Them niggas suck dick.
Will
nigga.
Chamberlain?
Hold on, nigga. Where are my other sound effects?
What's going on here?
Them niggas.
No,
them
he
niggas,
been on this.
Them niggas suck dick.
What?
They suck dick.
What?
Hey man, fuck them.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, he posted a tweet the other day,
niggas
bro.
suck.
Or he
What's
sent,
happening?
He retweeted.
I
a
sent you that
or something.
tweet. Them niggas was playing 5
He said they were-
foot,
he
5
said
foot 8
Bill
janitors,
Russell-
nigga.
Kareem, Bill Russell, and Abdul was out there playing the cast of the Big Bang Theory.
Man.
Niggas suck.
Bro, come on, bro.
I don't respect none of them niggas. I never will. Of course you put up 100. Niggas was like, who was it? Who got this? Is it Kareem?
Wilt.
I get confused
Scored
with
100?
2 tall niggas.
Well, yeah.
Oh, there's Kareem, Wilt, and who else?
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
All 3 of them niggas played in the same area?
Yeah.
Oh,
think
yeah,
so.
all of them fucking suck. Wilt Chamberlain, I think, shot a fadeaway. And niggas was like, who guard that 7'1" fader? Like, nigga, that's Joel Embiid. Nigga, ain't nobody worried about no goddamn. Joel Embiid ain't scoring 100 ever. He ain't scoring maybe more than
Kevin Durant's a 7-footer.
Exactly. Nigga, I said it, bro, and I deleted it because I didn't want to get my account suspended. I said, bro, you put James Harden back in that day, they lynching that nigga on God. They treat that nigga like Emmett Till, bro. That nigga did a dribble step back on the nigga.
What is-
You got Will Chamberlain shooting him bum ass. That nigga jumper was horrible.
That-
That nigga
all
sucked
right.
dick, bro.
But
That's
the
why.
fact that they made that video HD was crazy.
Oh
That's pretty
God.
wild.
That was wild.
But it
That's
made
a lot
me
of
see
the-
clear how much niggas suck. And I was thinking, this is why I be talking shit about Michael Jordan. I'm watching this nigga score on goddamn 6'3" teachers.
Bro, talk about it.
Like,
Yo,
y'all niggas
talk
been
about
Michael
it.
Jordan.
Yo,
Michael Jordan.
Jordan 6'6"
Talk
though.
about
That
it.
Versus
nigga couldn't
6'1".
beat Carl Malone and John Stockton. Get the
Talk-
fuck out of here.
I said it the other day. I was
another
like,
rapist.
If
Sorry, go ahead.
Damian Lillard back there playing for the Hawks like that, he averaging 50.
I said,
Who
this is-
guarded him? John Stockton?
I tried to tell them the other day, Hodges and them, because they argue that 90 basketballs is just the stuff.
It was more
So they
aggressive
sent
than
me,
physical.
they sent me an elite list of guards, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, but y'all compare all those cats to some of our guards right now.
Yeah.
Not even, and None of them messing with none of them.
Yeah.
So you comparing Clyde Drexler, who was the number 2 guard in the league at that time, to Damian Lillard, who's not the number 2 guard in our league.
No.
Period. You saying, oh, this person, Isaiah Thomas, is one of the best. Chris Paul is right there, if anything.
Yeah.
Then you talking about Reggie Miller. I respect him, I do.
For sure.
He don't shoot better than Klay Thompson did.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, and then so my issue is, you keep saying, oh, these guys were elite, and they were saying that the NBA is a bunch of, it's top heavy and bottom not. I'm like,
This day and age?
yeah.
Okay.
Because Mikal Bridges just got paid.
Yeah.
And they're like, if this guy got paid in this league, then 90s guards is better. He would kill in the 90s.
What are you first of all, you have to pick these dudes up full court.
Don't get me
John
started.
Stockton wasn't shooting that. Gary Payton wasn't shooting that. Ron Harper ain't shooting that.
And the fact that they look, and I respect Gary Payton
For sure. It's like a
he the glove.
knock.
I give him the credit. He
Yes,
the glove.
sir.
But the glove don't mean make shots.
No.
The glove don't mean play offense. I mean he locked up the other guard.
Yep.
Right.
So you comparing him to Tony Allen. If that's who we comparing him to, you compare him as one of y'all's top 10 of y'all's time. Tony Allen ain't top 10 of our time.
That's what I don't understand. The athlete is so much better today. Like it's very clear. Like Dame, Dame is out here like not even to half court. And not just it's like a half inch and a half, and I'm just gonna throw it. No. It's 22 seconds on the shot clock, and he out here throwing up 75 footers with ease.
The shot he made on Paul George, they never did that back in the day.
No, sir.
Like, think about Steph,
That's a bad shot.
And they're like, the bigs have not said, yeah. So how it started was they said the bigs of nowadays is sorry compared to the 90s. I said, yeah, it's kind of like the guards of the 90s compared to now.
Right.
They're like, no way, blah, blah. I'm like, come on, bro.
Start some shit.
And my thing is, they make all these lists, but none of them put Scottie Pippen in there like he wasn't the best small
That
forward
I
in the
don't
league.
understand at all.
It blows my mind.
I don't
And-
understand
and
that.
the fact that they try to not give the man credit.
That's outrageous.
The man that did it himself, Michael Jordan, said if it wasn't for Scottie, we weren't going to get it done. And they all know if it wasn't for Jordan, it wouldn't have got done. Yeah, it's true. But if Scottie wasn't on the team, his career
He
was
led
a
the
lot
league in
different.
assist. Dennis Rodman led the league in rebounds.
He made first team defense like
all
7
the
times.
time.
When Jordan left,
They were in the playoffs with ease.
Yep.
you see what I'm saying? Like, and they're
LeBron
like,
left and they out here picking red balls.
bro, they
from
say,
the lottery.
oh, it's not a bad attribute to have the LeBron leaves and the team goes to trash. No, that's a great
that
one.
tells you how bad that team was.
So when he's there,
yes.
and we've had multiple times where only he leaves.
Yep.
And the team basically ready to
Gone.
sell.
Look
Nothing.
at Cleveland right now.
Exactly.
Better-
Look at Cleveland.
Look at Cleveland. Both times he left. Look at Miami when he
Yeah, I was gonna
left.
say Miami when he left.
Watch him leave the
now
Lakers.
got better.
Watch him retire with the Lakers.
The only way the Lakers going to be saved is if AD's still there.
No, Anthony Davis, he gonna be hurt.
And Russell Wilson and Russell Westbrook.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But if he leave and LeBron's in year 19, we're not talking about a prime LeBron.
Right.
Year 19 LeBron, he leaves the Lakers, they're going to go back to a lottery pick.
Oh, yeah.
No
I
doubt.
think them and these niggas talking about like look at Giannis, because I feel like how these older niggas play is how Giannis used to play, kind of.
Yeah.
Just straight to the rim. He's tall as fuck and just go for a layup.
Yeah.
Now
Giannis
he's starting
will
to
score
develop a
100.
jumper. But that's what I'm saying. Like you see Will Chamberlain, these highlights, just big niggas going to the rim, shooting
Yeah.
goddamn.
Now, their
layup.
bigs were absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
they were incredible.
That by far better bigs in total than this NBA.
The only one I
Like,
respect is Hakeem Olajuwon, just
Kareem-
because his footwork and all that shit. That's the only one.
Yeah, right. But Shaq
is
you know,
bad.
if you put him in that, because he got drafted in 96, I think.
I think so.
If you put him in the 90s, okay, there ain't no big
There's not
ever.
a big in there stopping him.
But that's the
not
only ones I
period.
respect. Him
Dennis
and-
Rodman would just go up and try to elbow him because
Yeah.
there's no, like, that's it.
But there's a lot of skilled bigs from back in the day. Karl Malone, he's going to go down best
I don't
power
respect
forward.
that nigga.
Okay.
That nigga name is the mailman. Ain't nobody scared of that.
And
You
that-
put him in today's age, he's getting fucked on.
First off, no.
And hold on, he was
look,
fucking 13-year-olds.
Let me tell you something.
Fuck Utah while we on
LaMarcus
it.
Aldridge is not messing with Karl Malone. None of those power forwards is messing with
Marcus
Karl Malone.
Aldridge fuck on Karl Malone.
Come on, okay.
Fuck wrong with that.
He's like, come on, guys.
Karl Malone
Joel
different.
Embiid would give Karl Malone 60.
Alex,
on
do you
God.
not understand? Karl Malone was winning with John Stockton as his
I don't give
co-partner.
a fuck. Joel Embiid be at the 3.
No, listen to what I'm saying. He got Ben Simmons and some other kids.
Oh, dear God.
LeBron or Karl Malone had John Stockton.
But
He never averaged over like 12 points a
We
game.
just talking about the competition
Talking
back
about,
in the day.
oh, the assist. But it's a power forward by himself with John Stockton.
Look, bro, I don't respect Karl Malone.
You see what I'm saying, Alex?
I-
John Stockton.
Look,
That's
nigga.
like LeBron with Caruso.
Look, bro, Karl Malone played in Utah. Fuck Utah. He got a 13-year-old pregnant. On top
Oh,
of that.
right.
It's all disrespect for Karl Malone over here.
I don't
He
I don't
did.
read it.
I
I
give a
don't
fuck.
know what's going on.
Read to it. Well, y'all hear anybody talk about Karl Malone on national
No,
TV?
I haven't.
You know why? Because he fucking got pregnant, a 13-year-old pregnant. Fuck Karl Malone.
Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Charles,
Tough.
He's very tough.
I never knew how good it was until I started watching House.
Yeah,
He tough.
Charles Barkley tough.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like their era. It's not even '90s. I'm talking about back then. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
When they was getting called coons and shit on the side. Wow. When it was heavy though. But that's what I'm like.
Wow.
Why are we respecting these niggas? Because they got called coon and shit. Because they got a lot of racial slurs. Like they're like, oh, they created this fucking. No, they didn't. They just got called racial slurs all the time. They still get it.
Somebody had to do it first.
All right.
It don't fucking. Everybody got called. I ain't gonna say it, but goddamn, everybody got called. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I just
That's
don't
the word he
understand.
decides not to say.
That's the line of demarcation right there.
I'm
This
just
is it.
saying, bro. That shit don't make sense to me. It's like, oh, well, they got called goddamn nigger and coon all the goddamn time first, so when they paved the way. They ain't paved shit. Them niggas suck.
Yeah, we didn't pay you.
Will Chamberlain suck dick, man. Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
First off,
Them niggas suck dick, bro. But what was good about Bill Russell?
Listen, they dominated their era. Jordan dominated his.
They played with goddamn math teachers.
I understand.
Niggas was getting off work, teaching 1+1, then going to play NBA.
I understand.
Them niggas, they said something. They said them niggas played against part-time KKK members.
Wow.
I've seen that.
Them niggas was
Holy
actually
cow.
doing clan meetings the night before, lighting up fucking crosses. Then next day scoring 10 points, and then Will Chamberlain scoring 100.
Good.
And then niggas like, we gotta respect them.
Right.
And it's not on footage, so niggas just watch it. And that's what amazes me. They're like, well, we just have a record of it. There's a bunch of stories and shit. I'm like, nigga, y'all got me fucked up. He ain't scoring 100. I'm respecting Kobe's goddamn 80.
What about people who seen it back in the day?
Them niggas is dead. We don't fucking know. This shit, I feel like it's an urban legend or a myth that the nigga scored 100.
I've literally
I feel
never
like
seen
that's why-
somebody come forward from that day.
I agree.
It was like I witnessed that.
We watched Kobe bust niggas ass for 81.
That's fact.
And it's like, well, he didn't get 100. You know, it's like that one thing. He didn't
Yeah.
get 100. Man, fuck Will Chamberlain. Put him out the history books. Don't nobody give a fuck about no Will Chamberlain.
Damn mercy.
I don't give a fuck about Will Chamberlain.
NBA. So we have the first game of the season's coming up tomorrow. We have the Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors.
James.
Boo, that shit gonna be horrible.
And then we have the Brooklyn Nets versus the returning champs, Milwaukee Bucks.
I think the first game, Lakers and who?
The first
fucking
game is
Warriors.
it's Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Oh, you
Nets.
saying who's plays first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got two West Coast teams. You know they ain't playing. They
You
ain't
know,
start till
Lakers,
Yeah, they ain't
Lakers
start
start.
10-15.
Yeah.
I'm watching that all. I'm watching
That
That
that.
shit pissing me off. Lakers start at midnight.
Bro, it's so hard to be a
All right,
Lakers
so how
fan.
much turnovers Russ getting first game?
Oh, okay.
7.
I'm just keeping the fact.
8.
He
I said
had
7.
8 turnovers in the first game?
He, had
He
15
averaged triple-double turnovers.
Well, he had 15, and last
He
week
averaged
on-
4.8 turnovers a game last season.
Klay Thompson's not on the court though.
No,
What?
How he gonna get 8 turnovers? Who he passing to?
no.
What you talking
What are
about?
you talking
talking
about?
about?
You said Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
You said Klay Thompson.
Yeah. So who? That's what I'm saying. Who is supposed to be guarding Russ if
Steph?
Klay's not on the? So then he should have no turnovers at all.
No, Andrew
No.
Wiggins.
Yeah, I'm talking about off-ball defending.
Well,
am
you could put Russ on the
out.
floor by himself. Somehow he gonna have a turnover. That nigga turned the ball over.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what he
fucking
said about
oh my
preseason
God,
turnovers?
man.
He said, it's preseason. No, man. Turnovers.
I mean, he gonna say, "I'll turn that bitch over 20." I'm like, you would, nigga, with a smile on your face too. That shit's amazing.
Russ is hilarious, bro.
I fuck with Russ's personality attitude. I just don't.
Yeah.
When he on the court,
But if he went to the Clippers, I would have clipped him. It'd have been over it.
Yeah, it would've been over.
what you mean?
If he went to the Clippers, I would have been dummy on him, talking noise every game, all game.
I told this nigga earlier. I said, "Look, Russ on the Lakers, so I'm cool on Russ right now.
Yeah.
So all my hate gotta go straight to Paul George.
Bro, you
I can't wait.
Kawhi is he is stepping on the floor all season.
No,
I don't think he playing at all.
Why not?
Because what you mean?
He hurt.
He didn't recover already.
Bro, hold on. If
I'm not
Kawhi
dumb.
don't ever talk,
No, he's supposed to
but
play
he'll
till
tell
January.
you real quick. That man ain't gonna play till he 110%.
Yeah, facts.
Go look at San Antonio.
January, yeah.
He told
Talking
me
about when he got- yeah, when that
Oh yeah, he ain't coming back
And
at
with the
all this
Spurs,
season.
He fucking sad.
Clay ain't
come
touching the
before
ball.
him. Clay will come back before him.
I think so
Why
too.
is Clay not coming back? That's what blows my mind.
He's
He
just
should've been
taking,
back.
you know.
He's gonna
yeah,
take
taking
time.
it slow.
It
but
probably
he
up
tore-
here too.
He tore an Achilles and what
Back
was
to
it?
back? Oh, it's
Yeah.
up here.
Man, niggas is pussy. D Rose is out there, cuz. Right there.
He tore an Achilles and an
First off,
ACL
Alex
back to
D.
back.
Rose was on IR
He-
for so long.
D Rose came back strong.
No,
bro.
what?
Hold up, I
D-Rose
feel like
knees ain't
PG
never
came
been-
back quick after his.
Who?
He got
After
busted.
PG
by,
snapped his
Who
leg.
did?
Yeah, he got
PG?
busted by David Lillard.
I'm saying I feel like he returned.
Oh,
yeah.
George
Well, I
had
mean,
a compound fracture.
Yeah, it was just a break.
He just broke his leg.
that motherfucker came out his
Well,
bone.
that's, okay, so with bones, it's so much
came out
easier to
his
come.
bone.
It's easier to like
you know what I
just
mean, bro.
like heal and be back, as opposed to like an actual like crucial ligament. That
So
you
he
have
didn't
to
tear
have.
his ACL.
No, he just broke his
snapped
leg.
his shit.
It's like
Yeah.
Will Graham. He broke his leg.
So the nigga broke his leg.
They put
and
a
he
rod
still
in.
fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I thought he tore his ACL.
He
Some
was playing
people-
me in 2K with that bum. He was going crazy. I was so tight, son.
He had 10 threes.
DJ, I put bread on it right now. You're not beating me with Paul George ever.
Don't put bread on
I
it.
make it a personal mission when I play niggas I don't like. They're not scoring.
Don't put bread
Paul
on
George
that.
and Russ are not ever scoring. Nigga,
I'll put 100 on that.
Oh.
I'm locking that bum
Benjamin.
nigga up.
Benny.
You wouldn't put 100.
Benny Hanna. I promise you.
Bro, you would not want to do that to yourself.
We will go
You
after
think
this
you-
episode.
How much do you
Yo,
think
man,
you would
100.
score at Paul George?
Shit, 30? Easy.
If you score 30 Paul George, I'll jump off 3 cliffs on God. Wow.
3 clips. You ignorant,
God, nigga.
bro.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Kyrie not playing. That team making it.
That nigga's
Can we take just 2 minutes?
Here we go.
Nah, you can
Yeah,
ride
it's
with
going to take
Kyrie.
longer than 2 minutes.
I've said it multiple times, and I said it before the season was even over. Kyrie the type of guy to just say, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with none of this. I'm done. Retire and move away, and nobody see him again.
Okay, well, I want to say is Adam Silver said, is that who, oh, that's not, am I right?
Yeah.
I think so.
No,
Yeah.
David Stein, I'm thinking, nah, nigga.
Hey, rest in
Rest in
Rest
peace.
in peace, that nigga. Anyways. He fucked up the Chris Paul trade. Anyways,
Had to. Best for the league.
sorry, he said the main issue with the vaccination stuff is with the city of New York.
Yeah,
not
they
the
have an
league.
ordinance out there.
Yeah, I know, but I think he just put it out there. It's not the league's problem. Like the league doesn't have. A problem.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think that was important to put out and important to bring up because I didn't know how strict the league was doing that. And
But the issue, it's not the league, yeah, but the Brooklyn Nets is not allowing him to participate in away games when that's not the rule.
so the nigga could play away games.
Yes.
if
he
the
can't
Brooklyn
play
Nets,
home games.
if the Brooklyn Nets would let him, yes.
But see,
But he
not in
can't
the
practice though.
He
It's not even the Brooklyn
If he
Nets. It's the
practice-
city of New York.
It's, and exactly, and the Brooklyn Nets are like their hands are tied because if you come in and you're not vaccinated and you're around other players that are and you test positive, now whoever contact tracing is going to be out now too. Even if we play the Lakers today, so California's fine because they don't have an ordinance. Kyrie, come on, and you've been out there doing God knows what with whoever, and you come back and you may test positive and you may be asymptomatic. Well, now you got 3 other people on the plane testing positive. Now KD's out. Now James Harden's out. Now Blake Griffin's out. So I feel like the Brooklyn, like, they could easily be like, well, we're going to Texas or we're going to Oklahoma today, so you're fine. But in New York, where you have to, that's when we have to say no. So I feel like their hands are tied, like with that ordinance out there, like, no, we can't at all.
That's crazy as fuck. 'Cause that really like.
Yeah.
I said I'd be an asshole. Anytime Kyrie and them come over, I'd be like, yeah, we can't. I'd immediately put that thing out where you can't play over here if you ain't vaccinated.
Well, this is my thing. Constant Stephen A. was saying this is the stupidest thing he ever seen, and Jay Williams kind of argued with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, bro, I don't know, because it's hard to, like you said, it ain't Brooklyn, it's in the New York City. I don't know,
Right.
it's fucked. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And then I think it'd be it wouldn't be dysfunctional, but to here and there games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where now
There's a
you're
rotation.
you're trying to find a way to incorporate him, but he ain't going to play the next 3 road games, and then he comes back, and then you're trying to find a way to get him into the offense.
Because they played a lot without him last year, or like with him last year, because James got hurt, KD got hurt, and now it's like the opposite. So you're like, when the hell are we supposed to get it together if we're not on the court at the same time?
Right.
And that's another one. After LeBron left, when last time he been healthy?
Oh.
Kyrie.
He's
I feel like Kyrie's healthy. It's just
He got
up
hurt in
here,
Boston.
man.
He got hurt in Boston.
He
did
got
get
hurt,
hurt.
though, didn't he?
Yeah,
Either he got hurt or
He's
he
been-
stopped playing. Whichever one it was, he just decided to stop doing that. And then he obviously last year got hurt or just quit playing.
I feel like it's a lot more upstairs than it is like for it. Like Kyrie just it doesn't. I'm not a knock. Listen, Lane Johnson with the Eagles, he's finally coming back. He's like, I had to take some week off for my mental health. Listen, if you are not in a good space mentally, you need to stop and get some help and do whatever you need to do. I'm all for that for sure. Kyrie just look. I don't know him. I've never met him. Never seen him. Just looking from the outside in, this man is not okay upstairs.
Yeah.
It just don't look right because there's no way that you go to 3 different teams and now you're about to be on the possibly way out of your 3rd one and you gonna point the finger to them. Bro, that's not how marriages work. You don't get to file for divorce 3 times and sit there blaming the ex-wife. That's not how that works.
Well, my mama would probably do
You
that.
right. What?
Hold on, but Will, to your point,
Don't talk about my mama like that.
Oh hell.
He's been married
Chill
to
out.
her.
You better chill out.
I wonder if she knows her last name.
Oh my God.
Ow. Probably get confused. Somebody walk up to her like, Jones? She's like, no, Proctor, goddamn this and that. God, shit. Anyways,
Oh, don't do my mama like that, bro.
speaking facts.
This nigga's wild.
I bet you they be seeing that as the courthouse. Like, God damn. I'd argue.
That's your mother.
LeBron broke him.
No, I think Kyrie LeBron's the GOAT. He never.
No, LeBron. Kyrie ain't been right
Hey,
since
man, that's
LeBron
your
left.
mama. That's your mama. You
I've said
talking
worse.
about.
He said I said worse.
Anyways, well, I would argue. I think Kyrie got to the point making so much money and so much success that he can feel like he can do something. I feel like he always says bigger than basketball.
Yes.
So I honestly
it
don't
is.
think nothing's wrong with him mentally. I think he just feels like there's more important shit going on
Yeah,
than dribbling the
that's
ball.
what he does.
So I feel like now his focus is on doing other shit to where he probably has so much money and shit now that he ain't got to play basketball. He don't find it as important as he did when he first started.
It's crazy how the world got important after LeBron left.
Wow.
No, I just think his
Talk about
mindset
it.
No, the
changed.
thing is, a lot of things start happening to where he felt like his input and his impact in life can help somewhere else.
His platform.
No matter how good he was. Because my issue is, think about when he was at Duke. He only played 3 games.
Injured.
He only played 3 games. He could have came back. He didn't.
coulda.
3 games. Nah, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm gonna go to the league. Goes to the league. Cleveland sucks forever. Gets LeBron wins, and now he's like, okay, I did what I came here to do. Now let me focus on these other things in this life because I feel like my impact in life should be bigger.
Well,
I
retired.
don't-
Because when he was with the Celtics, before he got hurt, there was no issues. Before LeBron got to Cleveland and during his time there, until he started pissing LeBron off, no real outside issues. It's basketball. Now LeBron left. Celtics don't want you no more. And now the world got important.
Like bro started growing an afro. He had to start doing the stuff in the sky. Boy,
Yeah.
But you know what?
the boy skipped the game.
When he
did
said
a
the Earth is
city.
flat is when I drew the line.
But
I'm
this-
sorry.
I
I'm
never
good.
knew Kyrie was like that. It was a long time ago, nigga. I swear I listened to a podcast with LeBron and Kyrie on there. It was weird. I was like, them niggas doing podcasts, just talking normal. They was talking about books they was reading. And Kyrie started talking, and that nigga's very intellectual. Like, he read a lot of books and all this.
I ain't never said he was dumb.
No, I know. I'm just saying it threw me off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I expect nigga to be dumb, but I'm just saying it threw me off. Like Kyrie was like that. Like
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it. I know LeBron like that, but I didn't know Kyrie was like that. He was talking about some real deep ass shit, and I'm like, I was not expecting that from Kyrie.
Yeah.
Because usually good players like that don't be that goddamn smart. These
Right.
kind of dumb.
Nah, yeah, they do be dumb. Man.
You know what I'm saying?
They go play 1 year and go do them, what is it, the basics at college for a year.
Yeah, right.
Get the fuck out.
Like, they used
I'm
to
like,
be
I'll
dumb in
come
the
back
box.
one
Like,
day.
look at Charles Barkley. That nigga kind of dumb. Think about it.
No,
Okay.
he just country smart.
But
That nigga slow.
I have a quick question if we're able to.
Yeah, you good.
How long did Sam Presti get the pass?
Dude.
I've been saying this.
We was
Tony,
talking about that the other day?
Yes.
What the
'cause
fuck's
you-
the problem?
What the fuck you mean? What's the problem?
What?
What the fuck's the problem?
You think Sam Presti's done a good job over the last?
Hold on, cuz. What you mean?
Darius Baisley?
Josh Giddey's fucking cold.
Oh my!
If a nigga disrespect Josh Giddey in his house, on God in the podcast, and I'm not allowed to talk
Josh
to niggas no
Giddey
more.
will go back overseas.
Have you seen that nigga play?
Overseas,
He's
yeah.
a solid basketball
Have you
player.
seen him play in the NBA?
Yes, then preseason he been hooping, nigga.
Has the team won?
It don't. It's preseason. Lakers
I'm
ain't
just-
won.
I'm just asking.
The Lakers ain't won.
But you expect him to. The Thunder might be the worst team ever.
Yes, but look what happened to him.
Ever.
But look what happened to
You
him.
said Giddey's good. They got
I know
SGA.
he is good, but he ain't gonna be
You
good
got
enough to carry the
SGA.
team.
You guys and Presti.
I don't think they're gonna be as bad as people think.
They're going to play
I'll say
all
that right
these
now.
guys Presti has drafted, who all of them suck.
They suck.
The last good draft pick he had was DeMontis Sabonis.
SGA suck.
He didn't draft.
He didn't
SGA.
draft him.
Oh, I was
Clippers
just saying
did.
the ones he drafted. My
That's what
bad.
we're talking
Okay,
about.
hold on.
Dort, Giddey.
Pokashevsky?
No, we ain't
Yep.
gave Giddey a chance. I'm putting it on myself right there on the line and say I watch Giddey. I think Giddey
Alex,
gonna be
but
nice.
did you hear what I said? So Lou Dort's good to you?
I think he's a good defender.
Okay.
Didn't he play the?
Well, okay, if that's what you asking for,
He played
Presti
the
been
mid-league.
doing this defender thing for his entire tenure.
Oh, yeah. Cephalosha was
So
bad.
tell me why Cephalosha was trash, pathetic.
Roberson bad.
Roberson was the worst player they could have ever picked to put in that starting lineup.
Yep.
Okay,
And
so,
nobody's seen Roberson play in years.
Nope.
So I'm just confused. Why is it on him that Russ left? All these people left.
It's
Nothing's
not
on
on
him. We're
Russ
talking
Hill.
about him as a.
Russ did his job.
Didn't he make all that happen though? The trades and all this stuff.
He
No.
picked Serge Ibaka over James Harden. Is that what you like?
No,
That's
I'm
your
just,
job.
I'm just confused. I didn't know there was disrespect for Sam Presti.
No,
No,
a lot
I
of
just
people-
asked like,
no,
how
a lot
long
of-
does he get a pass?
Some
Because this
people
team
are
is not
fans.
good.
Some people are fans of what he did because early what he did was
was great.
incredible.
Okay, well, correct me if I'm wrong though.
But-
Thunder was a solid team for how many years?
8, 10.
That's a
something like
solid run.
that. Yeah, I agree.
Yes,
but
it is.
now,
That's what I'm saying.
so he's saying Kevin Durant left what 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So how much longer does he get? He ain't done. I mean, he got them cats to come in, Paul George, all that.
Okay, so what we talking from when Damian Lillard hit that shot
To now.
to now? So what's that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Three or four.
I just don't think we should be having this conversation. To be honest with you. I understand what
the
you're
thing
saying,
is-
but I just don't think.
Thing is, you're in a small market. You had your chance to do something incredible. What you did, get close once.
Facts.
Now, what are you doing?
Why are you still there?
And so this is my issue with Presti. Your new hire, in my opinion, makes no sense. Your new head coach don't know who he is.
Who the fuck's new head coach?
Mark Dagnall.
Exactly my
Who
point.
is his name?
Mark Dagnall.
He's an
That's his
overseas
name.
guy.
Why are we disrespecting Mark Jackson? That's the real question. Mark Jackson should have
I agree. He got blackballed. So now he's drafting all these European players. What team outside of San Antonio Spurs has worked the European way?
And I think that's what they say he's trying to do. It's
Can,
like,
can anybody name one?
Dallas.
Luke was
Dallas-
good, but
Dallas
that's
was-
it. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But that was
Dallas
only
and
one
Dirk.
guy. That was Dirk only. He's
Porzingis?
only European.
Porzingis not European?
Yeah, him and Luka together.
you talk about
Okay.
somebody who I thought
We're
was
talking
gonna
about
be
winning the
good.
championship.
That sucks.
No. I feel like we have to give it time. To be honest with you. I know that
much
sounds.
more?
They've
I gotta
been,
give it
so
time.
Chris Paul's
It's
year,
only been 3 or 4 years. I mean,
Alex,
what the
Chris
fuck we
Paul's
expect?
year, they had
Draft
a 1%
picks, though.
chance to make playoffs. They made it. Second year,
That's
they
Chris Paul to
legit
go.
pathetic. Now they're going to be really bad. And so the positivity doesn't look great soon.
Do they not have a bunch of fucking draft picks coming up?
That's the question. See, that's
what I'm
really
saying.
And that's what's
that's
gonna
what I'm
matter.
right there.
Need to wait.
That's fair.
So are
jury's
we
out.
going to
Possibly.
draft another Giddy, Polshevsky, fucking
I don't think so.
Lou Dort?
You
I like Giddey, bro.
Alexei Poskashevsky. What's wrong with him?
What has he done?
He put on weight a little bit.
Why are we
Summertime.
disrespecting Giddey, bro? That's
I didn't say that
I
about
did.
Giddey.
Look, I just
Bro,
have
but have you
Giddey-
seen the nigga play like dead
on
ass?
European games. I've seen him. He
No, I'm
does a
talking
good
about
job.
NBA. That nigga's good. Basketball. I feel like he's gonna have potential. I feel like he's gonna be good, bro. That's
Okay, that's.
I don't feel like Thunder gonna be as bad as people think they are this season.
Oh,
I
buddy
really
was
don't.
good too. That came that quit playing because he had he went through a mental health spell. Shooter
Alex Abrinas.
Sabrinas. He was good for a second.
Yeah, I feel like Giddey on another level. I feel like Giddey gonna be cold, bro.
Oh my goodness.
For real.
So you comparing Giddey to Luka?
No, I won't go that high.
That's what we.
'Cause that's
our
only
cat-
European
I feel like
guards you got.
Giddey gonna be fuck. Why we gotta say European nigga? I'm just here basketball in the
He's
NBA.
a
right now.
European.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck in the NBA now, nigga. I'm gonna compare it to another NBA player.
Nigga, he's a European human.
The nigga in the NBA right now.
Luka, you don't say Luka. Luka's a European. He's a European great.
I'm
GOAT.
saying you don't. When you say Luka's good, you don't say people don't compare him to all the Europeans. They say compare him to LeBron because the nigga that
They
good.
call them overseas players like Giannis.
I feel like Giddey that good. He ain't
when
got,
you
he gonna
make
be.
when you make a European great list, you put Dirk, Luka. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it.
Whatever. By the way, I want to say Tim Duncan fucking suck.
Oh my.
Oh,
I just want
okay.
to-
Now
We're gonna
now-
talk about
nigga
Mr.
suck.
Fundamental
Now
like
you're
that.
really
Nigga,
bugging.
that's
You going
boring ass
way too
basketball.
far.
That don't make no.
That's
I
why
don't give
LeBron
a-
put his dick in his mouth.
I don't care how boring it gets. You won with Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Brewer, and
niggas
who
was
was the
cold.
big guy?
Boris Diaw.
Them niggas was cold.
But you hear what I just said? We ain't named Kyrie Irving. We ain't named.
But the
Chris
niggas
Paul.
is cold. Manu Ginobili is fucking cold.
The team was good, and if it wasn't for Tim Duncan, they wasn't winning nothing.
I'll argue that. I don't know. Kawhi Leonard carried that team.
Right.
So when Tim Duncan retired, what happened? I just want to know.
Everybody left though.
Tony Parker got traded.
nah,
Everybody did leave.
Tony
after.
Parker got traded. Manu
Niggas was
Manu-
old, but
Manu
the niggas was
retired.
old by that
they
point.
let Patty
I-
Mills go.
Yeah, they let everybody go.
Nobly
Blue Toe-
retired.
Anyways, we're not
Can't
putting
believe you
respect on Thunder name Sam Pressure right now. I feel like give him a few years.
No, he asked the question, and I believe
I don't feel like it's a fair question. I understand it. I get what
Well,
you're saying.
no,
You're
I'm
not
not
doing
trying to be
it
like,
like
I'm
shade. I just
I'm
like
asking
it.
like, what do you mean by fair? Like, I'm asking how long does Presti get like post? You had Russell, you had KD, you had Harden, you had Serge, you had Chris Paul, you had Carmelo, Sabonis. Like, you've had all these players, and now they're left. And unfortunately, the only thing you have to show for it is one Western Conference Finals.
That's fair. Okay.
And
And,
Like,
sad,
that's
and
bad.
sadly,
That's fair. I get you.
all of them are leaving and winning championships.
Yeah.
Except Russ. Anyways,
James Harden ain't
so-
got one.
Yeah, that's true.
he gonna have one this year.
Now that you have all of these
Maybe.
draft picks, like, do you trade them for players? Do you try to draft other people? Like, I just don't know. Like with Presti,
You draft a European coach, I feel like you're trying to play European games.
KD has no rings without Steph.
I wish they would have
That's
kept
true.
Kimba. I think they would have kept Kimba. That'd been nice. Even though I know that situation. Kimba's okay. Why is that nigga acting like Kimba Walker sucks?
That nigga sucks and he can't guard nobody.
Hold on, I have to ask this. Another, DJ, I ain't trying to make you mad. I'm just wondering. You think at the end in the careers, if nobody wins championship, James Harden gonna have a better career than Russell?
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, if they stop playing right now, who'd you say had a better career?
Statistically, you're going to say Russ.
I said,
Yeah.
But I'm saying in general, you'd pick
But James Harden, yeah.
I
James Harden's a better
still know.
scorer.
I
That's about it. He don't. He does pass. Let me give him that. Never mind.
Yeah, he
he's a
fucks
great
He
up.
might. I might say James.
Yeah.
Mike.
Because his turnover is
Mike.
way lower.
True.
The shooting percentage is gonna be way higher.
Yeah.
True. Free throw
Everything,
percentage is
everything but
astronomical.
rebounds, he's gonna be the man.
Yep.
Y'all see what that nigga Russ said when he asked that nigga about the 3-point shit affecting him? How they like not calling the foul? He said, "I don't see niggas running at me, so I ain't tripping." he said, "Niggas ain't gonna be running at me."
He said, that shit doesn't affect me that much.
He sucked. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, when you know, bro.
That shit's
he could
horrible.
have said, yeah.
I can't wait, bro.
He keep it a buck. That's why I fuck with Russ, but he need to get it together. Bro.
Basketball, man. It's
If he fuck up one game, on got him on his ass. If he fuck up one time where it's like
we might have
game
to add
ending
episodes. I'll take care of that second one.
All right, we might
I'm
do
just
that.
telling you,
Middle of the week.
talking about
Middle of
one
the
bad
week, shit.
turnover, they lost the game, or LeBron was open, he didn't pass some shit. Oh my god,
You know LeBron's not letting Russell play point guard in the fourth quarter.
Oh no.
That's
I
all
don't
I'm
think
saying.
Russ give a fuck. But anyways, you can go wrap it up. It's my
Yeah,
fault.
man. So that's it, man. Appreciate y'all coming to kick it with us. This is From the Jump Podcast, episode 29. I'm DJ.
Big Tom.
Alex in the building.
Go Sox.
Billy Earl.